can do it here. Swinging a drive. Deep center field. Going back is Scott. And that one is gone. This game is tied at 6. Harden drives in. Harden. And it's rejected by Flag. Flag recovers it. Flag driving. He might go coast to coast. Gives it to Nembhard in the corner. Nembhard for 3. Bang! For 3. Ryan Nembhard makes it a 20-point lead. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown! And welcome in everybody to District Nation, as the Washington Nationals will now travel to Boston after being in Baltimore, and they will take on the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park for the first game of a 3-game series. Hello everybody, welcome into District Nation's coverage of the Washington Nationals. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel. The cameras are showing Fenway Park. It's really nice around this area. I mean, you got Boston, a nice city, and now the Nationals take their way to Boston. The Red Sox, though, that's a red-hot team, and the Nationals are coming in after just a series win, but the Red Sox swept one of the best teams in baseball, so you got to ask the question there, what is going on with these two teams? I mean, the Nationals at one point were 4 games over 5, and then they were 1 game under. They found themselves 1 game back over. After a series win, they find themselves in Fenway Park, just 1 game over 5, and they're 10 games under 5 is the Boston Red Sox, who did sweep the hated New York Yankees. But you got to think the question here, what's going on with the Red Sox after not taking 2 in Colorado? They go to Colorado, and they lose the series, and they can't even win in Colorado, where balls fly at Coors Field. And then they go to home, and they sweep the Yankees at home. That's just really great work there. Let's go, the voice of your Nationals, the one and only District Nation. Let's go. Thank you, DC Sports. Thanks for tuning in, DC. DC Sports in here. Ms. Gina already came in saying, have a great stream, District Nation. Let's go. Says you, I noticed we got 2 different things running here. New Nats jersey. Haven't worn this one yet. It's a Max Scherzer jersey. I don't think I've worn it for the channel. And this hat, I got out of a box. So I found this buried in a box. So, got to win it. The Nationals are coming off a good series win. They lost game 1 of the series, and they take both games 2 and 3, and I think that's a big part of Luis Garcia Jr.'s series. Louis was really, really good. Luis Garcia Jr. brought energy to this series on this weekend. 3 home runs in 2 games. He has 1 in Saturday, and then on Sunday he just hits 2. So, man, another situation. What happened? Luis Garcia Jr. wants to make a late push to be an all-star. I mean, Luis Garcia Jr. is making a good play to be an all-star. It's not like this play is fake or he's just doing it last minute. He's been doing it the entire season. This season, he's just heating up. This season, he looks a little bit better, I think. He's hitting in the 7-hole today because we are facing the lefty in Ranger Suarez. More on that in a minute. But Luis Garcia Jr., 279, 16 bombs with 55 runs batted in, and an 850 OPS. I don't know much, but I think that's pretty good. And I do know a lot about baseball, actually. But this is good. This is good numbers for the Nationals from a 7-0 hitter tonight who's playing at first base in Louis. And he's just red hot. I mean, got his average up to 279. Over his last 7, he's hitting .435 with 10 hits, 6 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. He has 6 homers in the last 6 games. Something is going right with Luis Garcia Jr. Don't change anything, Louis. Don't change anything. Don't change the approach. Because right now, whatever Louis is doing, Louis is working. So Luis Garcia Jr. is just one piece of the puzzle tonight. That is a good win. I think another one to look at is the 9-0 hitter that not too many people were talking about, Keibert Ruiz. Keibert Ruiz is flying under the radar right now with a 277 average, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. But that's after a bad start to the season. Let's look at April real quickly. In the month of April, he hit 178. And over that time, he hit no home runs. Now let's look at May when he started to heat up a little bit. 379 average in the month of May, and it just started climbing. On May 2nd, it was 186. By May 23rd, it was 263, and it just kept climbing. His average total just kept climbing, and by the end of it, he had a 379 average in the month of May. His average just kept climbing. At the end of the month, he was hitting 281. And this month, so far in the month of June, he's hitting 271. But in May, he was hot with that 379 average. I mean, over that time, he was ripping hits. He had 8 doubles. He had 4 home runs, and he drove in 16. And he only drew a walk, though, so he was aggressive at the plate. He didn't want to go down, but he only struck out 9 times as well. But Ruiz isn't a guy who wants to walk. He's going to be aggressive, but that showed in his time where he hit 179 in the month of March. In the month of April. In the month of March, he hit 182 over the first 3 games of the season. But that's just showing he got hot in May, and he's just keeping it going here in June with the 270 average stabilized. He's flying under the radar. May was a great month. Now June, just keep it going. And I'm really excited to see what he does. Now let's talk about Michaelis real quickly. Miles Michaelis has not been good. Miles Michaelis, a 2-6 record with a 5.24 ERA. Man, what do you want to say by then? Let's talk about one game real quickly. He was playing Philly in his last game. He came into the bullpen role where he was the opener. 3 1/3. They had 5 hits, 2 runs, no earned runs, actually. He didn't walk anybody. He had a strikeout. 60 pitches, 39 of them were strikes. They really didn't give him a really short leash. He only threw 3 innings, basically. 3 1/3. They had no trust in him. I see why. Mr. and Mrs. C in the house. Time for District Nation, says Mr. and Mrs. C. What is up? Thank you to both of you for tuning in. Mr. and Mrs. C, the biggest fans here on the channel, hanging out, ready to go. Surprisingly, Miles Michaelis will also start the game tonight. He is not in the opener role. He will legitimately start the game, so we'll see how Meatball does in that role. Since May 17th, though, 8 games with a 3.70 ERA, which is pretty good, and a 109 whip, 20 strikeouts, only 4 walks over the 41 1/3 he's worked. Those are pretty good numbers. So now here we go. We're about 4 minutes away from first pitch, so why not? Let's get started with the starting lineups. Before we keep talking about this game, let's get started with the lineups here from Boston on a Monday night for some Monday Night Baseball. Let's get started with Chad Tracy, the interim manager, as he'll give you his starting lineup for the home team, the Boston Red Sox. Leading it off is going to be Masataka Yoshida, the designated hitter. Batting second is Ceddanne Rafaela, the center fielder. Batting third is Wilyer Abreu, the right fielder. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Batting fifth is going to be Jarren Duran, the left fielder. Batting sixth is going to be Caleb Durbin, the third baseman. Batting seventh at second base is going to be Anthony Siegler. Batting eighth, the catcher, Carlos Narvaez. And batting ninth is going to be the shortstop in today's game, and that's Sung-Shi Chen. That is the name of the shortstop in today's game. And on the mound is Ranger Suarez, who this season has a 3-3 record, but has a sub-3 ERA at 2.83 over 82 2/3 innings worked with 84 strikeouts. Once again for the Sox, that's Yoshida, Rafaela, Abreu, Contreras, Duran, Durbin, Siegler, Narvaez, Cheng, with Suarez on the mound. So that's the lineup for your Red Sox. And now, the starting lineup for manager Blake Butera and your Washington Nationals. Leading off, the left fielder, number 29, James Wood. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 87, Andres Chaparro. Batting third, the third baseman, number 45, Curtis Mead. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 5, CJ Abrams. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 3, Dylan Cruz. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 2, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 26, Nasim Nunez. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 20, Keibert Ruiz. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, number 36, Miles Michaelis. And that is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. There you go, everybody. The Nationals ready to hit first in this game. They're on the road. This is the last part of a road stand that lasted 6 games, or you can call it a road trip. 6 games. They have got just 3 games here in Boston. 7:10, 7:10, and then 1:35 on Wednesday, and they'll be back home for more Nationals baseball at home. Chris says, well, yo, District, what's up? Let's get over to this screen so we can read the messages. Oh, 74 degrees at first pitch, and it's clear tonight. It's a sunny night here in Boston. So we got a nice little baseball game here as the sun is setting. Fenway Park, everyone knows it. So a good group here tonight for this team. Good weather. Didn't Suarez pitch out of the pen last night? Suarez did not pitch out of the pen. No, he did not. I could check who pitched out of the pen. Yesterday was Gray, Guerrero, Chapman, and Slayton. Those were the guys that came out of the pen for the Red Sox. And then for the Yankees, it was Rodon, Blackburn, Bednar, and Cruz in the game for them. Fireworks from DC Sports. Let's go. But he did not come out of the pen. He is starting tonight. He was not out of the bullpen. Let's go, Garcia. 7-7. Yeah, Louis just red hot here. Why not is my question. Why not 7-7 while he's in the 7 hole? Why not? 7 home runs in 7 games in the 7 hole. That'd be awesome. As we're getting going here, we're about to get started. Sam's here. What's up, Sam? He says, District, hello. Yes, you got the Eagle in there, even if it's not the Red Wings. I love seeing Eagle, the patrioticness. The Ultimate Sports Network is here saying hello. Congratulations on 500. Thank you, All Smith. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So we go. Put who you think is winning in the poll so you can vote there as Ranger Suarez getting out to the pen. Just remember, you also got to like and subscribe. Even though we've passed 500, now we're on the journey to 1,000. So 511 subs, I think we could hit 515 tonight, maybe 520, maybe 515 is a good goal. Now Ranger Suarez, the lefty, will get warming up. He's wearing stirrup pants out there. Red Sox wearing their home whites. Red Sox inscripted across, button-down uniforms, red and blue trim. And for the Nationals, road gray with Washington inscripted across with red and blue trim. Don't know where that brain warren came from Reese Suarez. Maybe it came from Guerrero. Similar name, Suarez Guerrero. Chris saying what's up to Sam. Here we go, everybody. Thank you so much already for tuning in. Looks like the Nationals are winning in the poll. Okay, so we got some Nats fans in here. Be nice to see the Sox fans come in too, but you never know. As Ranger Suarez getting his warm-up throws in, Suarez is a good arm. I mean, once again, this is a Cavalli type of guy. The offense can't get behind him. A 3-3 record with a 2.83. So just the offense needs to get behind him. That is my opinion. The offense needs to get behind him. They got to help him out a little bit. He's got a sinker, a four-seamer, a cutter, a curveball, changeup, and slider. Of course, he throws the sinker and the four-seamer the most. His put-away pitch seems to be his curveball. Let's go. We already got 7 likes on the stream. Let's go. Thank you so much to everybody who has already hit that like button. And we got plenty of people in the chat for tonight's game. And we'll be live for all 3 everybody this week, everybody. So hang out with us. Do whatever you need to do. So let's get going here. James Wood will lead it off for the Nationals. So there's one thing we can say, and that is...
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So we have added some sound effects for tonight's game. I added a few. Here we go. We'll get going here in just a minute as Ranger Suarez ready to go. James Wood will lead it off for the Nats, a lefty-lefty matchup. I do have a question about this for probably management would be the guy I'd ask it to, but we moved Louis to the 7 hole. Why didn't we move a righty in the leadoff hole then? Maybe try Cruz in the leadoff hole. I mean, Wood's been hitting leadoff all year. I believe he's hit leadoff for every game this season, but this is a point where you got to think, take Wood out of the leadoff because you're facing a lefty. He is 258 average, 20 home runs, a powerful pop type of guy, 49 ribbies with an 887 OPS on the day. Here we go, everybody. Wood facing Suarez. Suarez into the line. Here comes the first pitch to James Wood. Wood takes outside, ball 1. And that's how we're going to get underway at 7:13. So 3 minutes late on the game. Be a 1-0 here to Wood. Here comes the pitch from Suarez. Wood takes outside, ball 2. I have a feeling the Nats bats will be hot this series. I always have a feeling that the Nats bats will be hot this series, Chris. I just hope that my feelings come true. Green Monster has some fans, of course, sitting out there in left, probably hoping for some home run balls. Here's the 2-0. Wood swinging a drive, out to right, going back to the right fielder, Abreu, and that one is gone! Don't take him out of the leadoff spot. Watch it fly, James Wood. Leadoff home run here in the top of the first, and it's now a 1-0 game. 113.6 off the bat. Over to right, it's a small ballpark for right fielders, and it's now a 1-0 game. So Blake Butera, forget I said anything. I said nothing there. Don't take Wood out of the leadoff spot. Leave him right where you have him. Don't tell him anything different. Keep letting him do that. Home run number 21. And there you go. It's a 1-0 game. As now Suarez into the line. Here's Andres Chaparro. Chaparro blasts this one out to center, going back to center fielder Rafaela, but he has a play, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Andres is down on one pitch, but James Wood leaves the yard. It's now 1-0. Getting on the board first. So we can say,
A-T-S, Nats, 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 woo!
I hope that sound effect played. If someone could say that, I hope it played because it wasn't working last time. Fireworks, let's go, let's go. Knew I had a good feeling. Yes, now to be Curtis Mead here to face Suarez. Here's the pitch, and Mead takes it in there. Called strike one at the bottom part of the zone. Favorite Nats play of all time? World Series Game 7, 3-2 pitch from Hudson. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Favorite World Series play. Way to go, Nats. Yep. Me 0-1 here. Suarez into the line. The 0-1 to Mead. That's low ball once to be a 1-1 count. Yeah, that's my favorite Nats play is when Daniel Hudson got the strikeout to win the World Series. It's going to be a 1-1 here with one out. Mead only hitting .222, but he's got the pop in his bat. Here's the pitch, and Mead takes inside with a cutter. It'll be a 2-1 count. The Nationals get one on the board immediately. Wow. I am so sorry I said anything to Buterin. That is inside ball 3. Kind of looks like he did go after real quickly, but he didn't. So it'd be a 3-1 here. That was a little inside. James Wood leading off the game with a home run. Looks like he's got some of his braids in a bun now at the bottom. His braids kind of lead up to a bun at the bottom. Back of his head, the 3-1. And Mead takes it right in there. Called strike one with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 3-2 count. Mead will take a timeout here as the count is full. N-A-T-S, Nats, Nats, Nats. Yep. And you got to add the woo at the end. But Nats on the board. It's 1-0. It'll be a 3-2 here. Suarez on the line. Here's the pitch. Called. Strike 3. Right in the zone. Mead's down looking. So that's strikeout number 1 for Suarez. Just flicks it right into the zone, and that's out number 2. But James Wood, I am sorry I was saying that stuff about you being the leadoff spot. He just proved why he's in the leadoff spot and why he's there, so he can do that. And this is a small park, too. So if you want to leave the yard a lefty, you don't need to swing hard. But that'll be CJ here. Second lefty-lefty matchup of the inning, and Abrams takes it in there. Called strike 1 at the outside corner. It'll be an 0-1 count. Still salty over 2016 and 2017. I'm assuming you would be as a Guardians fan. So it'll be a 275 average for Abrams. Here's the pitch. Ooh, a sword swing there on a curveball. It's an 0-2 count. Did not give a good hack at that one. Just threw a sword swing at it. It'll be an 0-2 count here. Abrams is in the line for All-Star starters, so we'll put that up in between innings. But go vote for him right now. Has to be an 0-2. Here's the pitch to Abrams. Swing and a miss on a slider low and outside. So Suarez gets 2 strikeouts in a row. Abrams down swinging. But the Nationals get one on the board on the James Wood leadoff home run. It's now a 1-0 game. 1 run on 1 hit. It's a leadoff home run to right field for James Wood. Leaves the yard in a small ballpark for right fielders. Only maybe 312 about where he needed to hit it. He only hit it about 313 feet, and he got it out of here. I'd like to see the metrics on it, but it was a small home run, and he leaves the yard. It's now Nationals 1, Boston coming up right here on District Nation. Stay tuned. And while we do that, I'll put this on the screen. Go vote CJ Abrams for NL Shortstop All-Star. You got to vote him. Look at the stats. He is second in average among NL shortstops. And the thing is, first place isn't even in running. Otto Lopez is going to maybe be an all-star. He's first place. But Abrams and Betts are the ones running. First in home runs, first in RBIs, first in OPS. So that's what Abrams is. He is the best offensive shortstop in the league. Go vote him. Maybe Bobby Witt's better over on the AL side, but go vote Abrams. Look at the numbers. You can scan that QR code or go to MLB.com/vote. But there you go. And Louis was the NL Player of the Week. If we could still vote on other guys, I'd be telling you to vote for him right now. James Wood hits it. There was no way that was 441. Is that real? Did he actually hit that 441 feet? No way. He hit that 441? No way. He did hit it 441 feet. I thought it was a short home run. He hit it 441 feet. Let's go, CJ. Yep. Gotta vote CJ. Ha. Great night, D-Nation CEO host. Thank you. Ha. Fitzy's here. What's up, Fitzy? 1-0 game as we head to the bottom of the first. I was at 50 just a little bit ago. Now we're at 511. It's his second straight season. Wood has 20-plus home runs and 50 RBIs. So Wood's just going to be an all-stars. Meatball will start the game here. He'll go into the wind. Here's the first pitch to Masataka Yoshida, and that's in there, called strike one. Lefty Yoshida in the leadoff hole here in the bottom of the first for the Red Sox. Yoshida, the designated hitter. Not too much of a speedy leadoff hitter, but he gets bat to ball as here comes the 0-1 from the Meatball. That's going to be a curveball in there, called strike two. Clips the top part of the zone. It may 0-2 count. 0-2 here with no outs in the bottom of the first. It's the 0-2 here. Michaelis. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a foul off straight back. This will be 0-2 again. Bottom of the first. 17 games for Michaelis this season. This is the 18th game and only his 7th start of the season. They've been using the opener strategy much more with him. A 2-6 record with a 5.24. Maybe they're trying to see if he starts a game. Maybe the record's a little bit better. Maybe they want him starting it. The 0-2, just a little bit low and outside to be a 1-2 count. DC Sports says, wow. Yeah. Why are there so many Blue Jays in the All-Star voting? I don't want to vote for 99% of the guys there. Same, man. That's what I'd say. And also, it's because the entire country of Canada is voting them. The 1-2, swinging a fly ball to left, but this one will get out of play. So we'll do 1-2 again. This doesn't have too much room down the lines for foul ball catches, maybe a little bit of room. Down third base line, there's a little bit of room, but not too much room in outfield for guys to catch balls in corners. Yoshida this season, a 250 average, 2 home runs, 11 runs driven in, only 2 stolen bases. It's not your prototypical leadoff guy. The 1-2 is low and inside with a curveball. It's going to be a 2-2 count now with that 80-mile-an-hour curveball from the Meatball. Hitting the like button. Let's go. Let's go, Charles. I think the fact that Yoshida's in here is his lack of home runs and RBIs. That's probably why they're trying him in the leadoff spot. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball out to left, but James Wood only has to take 1 or 2 steps back. He's under it. He's camping, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So James Wood makes the catch out there and left for out number 1. Real quickly here, I'll get some updates here around the scores around the league. But first, let's get our umpires. Let's get our umpires on the board. Looks like it's Edwin Moscoso, the man behind the play. Nick Lentz at first. Hunter Wendell-Stett at second. And Vic Carapaza is our guy at third. So those are your umpires for tonight's game.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
Here's the first pitch from Michaelis, and that's just outside. Ball wanted to be a 1-0 count. It's a popularity contest. That's why so many Toronto players. I think what I was trying to say to him is the entire country of Canada is voting for every Blue Jays player. It's not like they're split. That's like entire country voting, and that is low ball 2, the sinker. Fingers crossed that Buffalo Wings Milo shows up tonight and not Meatball Michaelis. I'd love Buffalo Wing Milo to show up. But it's a short porch out to right here. Hit it down the line. Chances are it's a home run. That's the one thing. This place a short porch. So Meatball is going to need to keep it outside. And this one is grounded. Shortstop. Abrams makes a play in the hole. The throw to first. Not in time and gets away from the first baseman, Louie. Louie didn't even really try to catch that one. Play by Abrams was amazing in the hole, but he just can't make the throw. Louie wasn't really trying to catch it anyway. Meatball goes there to a pitch a little bit outside, and Rafaela turns on it on an outside pitch. Reaches out and gets it towards the hole. Abrams makes the play, but then his throw, Louie doesn't even really try to get it at all. So we'll see who's given the air or if they just give him a base hit here. I wonder what we'll get. But now there's a runner on first here, no matter the call. Now to be Wilyer Abreu to hit. Here with the 1 out and a runner at first. They're going to say he singled. Wow. So Meatball sets. Rafaela getting a good lead. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be low ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. So they're going to give him a single so far. So that's a hit for Rafaela thus far in the game. But now Wilyer Abreu, 267 average, 10 home runs. Kind of, this is one of their better pop hitters. I think their best one's probably Contreras, though. Here's the 1-0 from Meatball. Swinging a ground ball into right center. That's a base hit. This one's going to get to the gap, actually. Rounding second, headed for third is Rafaela, and Wilyer Abreu will stop at first. So that was kind of a low line drive that time. Wilyer Abreu kind of pulls a low line drive to right center field, and now there's runners on the corners here as Rafael is able to move up to third on the play. So now there's runners on the corners here, and that'll bring up arguably the Red Sox best hitter right now in Wilson Contreras, who me and JJ, while we were doing Sunday Night Baseball last night, one thing we could really agree on is that Contreras is probably going to be traded at the deadline. 281 average. He deserves to be on a contending team and not on the Red Sox. Just voted for Abrams. Let's go. The thing is, you can only vote once now because it's the new voting format when it's round 1. Not just, here's the pitch, and Contreras is going to bunt, but it's foul, and it's an 0-1 count. So they're going to have Contreras try to bunt here. Wow, they were going to do that at least. I mean, the infield was probably back in double play depth to try to get the double play. 281 average for Contreras with 17 home runs, 50 runs batted in. I mean, kind of the same performance Abrams has had, but he's driving in less runs. Abrams has driven in a whole lot more. I don't even think Contreras is on the final ballot as Michaelis sets. Here's the 0-1. Contreras fouls this one off first base side to meet 0-2 count now. So 0-2 coming. Man, this team really needs to just... Miles Michaelis was a problem. This game can flip at any moment when Meatball's out there. If it's Buffalo Wing Milo, we should be good. If Buffalo Wing Milo's out there instead of Meatball, we're good. I'm wondering how Meatball has done in the first inning of games because they usually did the opener with him a lot. Here's the 0-2. Just low and outside, ball 1, can't get the call. Meatball threw a good chase sweeper that time. Contreras didn't go far enough, so it'd be a 1-2 count, and they didn't call it a strike. So it'd be a 1-2 count here. I mean, looking back on the ESPN look, it was just a little bit outside probably. Here's the 1-2 to Contreras. He delivers. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left, and that one's gone. It's a 3-1 game. That one's going to go over the ballpark. That one's all the way out of here. It's now a 3-1 game. Contreras is still staring at his dugout. Just taps first base now, but it's now a 3-1 game. He leaves the yard, gets it over the ballpark, all the way over the Green Monster, out of the ballpark. It's now a 3-1 game. Contreras leaves the yard, and the Nationals are going to be trailing. So James Wood has the leadoff home run, but Wilson Contreras says, I'm going to top that, and he hits a home run in the 4-hole to drive in 3. It's now a 3-1 game. So the Red Sox now have a commanding lead now. So now I see why we were running the opening strategy. I see where we were going with the opener strategy. Meatball gives up a 3-run tank out to deep left field. OMG, it's Meatball tonight. Yep, it's Meatball. And Contreras threw a huge bat flip. I mean, we got to hit the dude next at bat. With that bat flip, he flipped it away. We got to hit him. Here's the first pitch now to Jarren Duran, and he takes it in there, called strike 1. I bet he threw him the curveball. I'm willing to bet he got the curveball on a 2-strike count. He went to a 94-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle. Here's the 0-1, and Duran takes a curveball inside, ball 1 to be a 1-2 count. But now the Nationals, who got a leadoff home run in the first, are trailing by 2 in the bottom of the first. There you go, Meatball. So the bull better be warmed up and ready to go because he's probably going to see some innings tonight. Here's the 1-1 to Duran. Swinging a foul back, it'll be a 1-2 count now. So 1-2 here with 1 out, but immediately the Red Sox take a lead. It's now 3-1, Red Sox leading. That's crazy. It's the bottom of the first, and James Wood led this game off with a home run, and it's now a 3-1 game. Rafael had a single, Abreu singles, and now it's 3-1. Yeah, you got to hit Contreras when you're back up, though. With the way he just bat flipped, you got to hit him. That's my opinion, though. Here comes the 1-2 to Duran. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and Michaelis comes back to strike out Jarren Duran on a changeup low in the zone. Out number 2, so he kind of recovers after that home run. It's now out number 2. There you go. That's one way to get it done. Thank you, Miles Michaelis. You actually got it done.
Thank you!
So 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Caleb Durbin now with 2 outs. Michaelis into the line. Here's the first pitch to Durbin. Durbin takes a slider low and out ball 1. This is a team that was on Sunday Night Baseball just yesterday, and they walked off the Yankees. So this offense is feeling it right now. We said during the pregame, their problem was not scoring enough runs. Here comes the 1-0 from Meatball, and Durbin fouls this one off. They immediately put up 3 in the first inning. If we're going off of pace, they're on pace to score 27 runs. But that's probably not going to happen. The most they've scored in a season so far is 6, at least this month. They scored at least 6 this month. That's all they've scored since June 12th. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to left, going back as Wood, onto the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Caleb Durbin now leaves the yard and joins the party. It's now a 4-1 game. Durbin goes yard now. 338 off the bat. Just sneaks it over that tall green monster. It's not too far out to left, though. Now Caleb Durbin leaves the yard. Meatball has given up 2 home runs in the inning. And that's his second home run of the inning. And that's the 4th run given up. 4 runs in the bottom of the first. They respond after the leadoff home run from Wood. Caleb Durbin goes yard out to left. Wood had no chance of robbing that one. That fence is about 10 times his height. Man, he sends it out. So now to be inside ball 1-2. Siegler, the second baseman here with 2 outs. 79-mile-an-hour curveball is inside ball 1. It's now a 4-1 game. I did say, though, this is a small ballpark. So the one thing is you got to be ready to give up home runs, and the pitch is inside ball 2. This game is anything but over. We're in the first inning. And Ranger Suarez on the mound, and we have righties up to the plate. We're going to have Dylan Cruz, who hits a lot of bombs. Jacob Young, who has a little pop, as Anthony Siegler here will take time out. Since coming up to the big leagues, he's been good with that 333 average, 1 home run. Boston is 12.5 games out of first right now. They're stinking it to a team like the Nationals. Here's the 2-0, and he lines this one out to center field. That's a base hit towards left center. Young will pick it up. Siegler has a base hit now and joins the party. So 7 hitters have come to the plate. 5 of them have had a base knock now. Now, what is happening here? Meatballs just throwing him meatballs. Meatball Michaelis has joined the party, everybody. Meatball Michaelis is here. Ronald's here. What's up, Ronald? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, that just not good, to be honest. That's just not good. Now Simon Matthews with a very early mound visit here. Only 2/3 inning worked by Meatball. I mean, Meatball's older than Simon Matthews, too. So what is he telling him right now? Come on. What do you call someone who's older than you that you're coaching? I don't know how that feels. But Meatball definitely, he's felt that he wants to learn. He said that in interviews. He wants to learn, become a better pitcher over this time in D.C. So, I mean, we could let him. You can want to learn all you want as long as you learn from AA Harrisburg. Do whatever you want. But here we go, everybody. We're in bottom of the first if you're just joining us. It's a 4-1 game. The Nationals trail. I think there's really no other way to say it. The Nationals are trailing bad here. 4-1 game in the bottom of the first. Meatball gives up 4 runs here. He comes set, and yep, he's still out there. Here comes the pitch to Carlos Narvaez. So I'm going to foul back. It'll be an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here. Man, that was not what the Nationals needed, though. Just all that happening on its own. Man, that is not what they needed here. So here comes the 0-1 here to Narvaez, who's doing the catching tonight. Connor Wong did the catching last night. I know a lot of people love Connor Wong. Here's the 0-1. Meatball will go back over to first. Back in safely is Siegler on a dive. So that's the first disengagement by Miles or Meatball. We can't call him Buffalo Wing tonight. We got to call him Meatball. So the Meatballs are playing tonight. Spicy Meatball is not here tonight. Get out the Prego and Parmesan. The Red Sox are going to dinner on Meatball. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A high fastball at 93, and it's an 0-2 count now. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Man, that 28 pitches in the first. He's given up 4 runs. Probably going to be 8 batters faced this inning. Bull, you better be ready to go. Brad Lord better be warming up already. So, 0-2 here. Meatball sets. He waits. Now here comes the 0-2. He's at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Foul. We'll do 0-2 again. And just remember, he had a 2-strike count on Contreras. So it was 1 out, 2 strikes. And we're at 2 outs since a 4-1 game. Just saying that. I mean, this dude, I feel like it's compiling. Miles Michaelis is here. It's starting to just compile each time. Every time. It just gets bigger and bigger. That he gives up a lot of runs. He's doing this in the first inning in one of his only starts. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball, foul again. So he hits that 78-mile-an-hour curveball. There's that slow curve. 0-2 again. Yeah, this is one of his, he's only started 7 games before this. He had 16 outings. Would it have been any different if there was an opener today? Would it really been any different? I want to know that. I feel like Poland, who's already tired, who's already exhausted, they're showing the 4 starters laying out. Swinging a miss. Michaelis sets him down on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That's strikeout number 2. So 2 of the outs on the inning are strikeouts. But 4 runs in the inning, all 4 earned on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left on. The 4 starters were sitting in a row on the dugout, and they just did not look happy. Those 4 guys. Because one of them knows they're probably going to have to head out to the pen. Well, tomorrow they're going to have the man, Cade Cavalli, take the mound, and then Awesome Andrew takes the mound on Wednesday. But a 4 spot for the Red Sox, following up the Nationals 1 run. So we head to the top of the second inning. It is the Red Sox 4 and the Nationals 1. So, man, that's just not good there. But just remember, the game might be bad, but the voting is not. Go vote CJ Abrams, MLB.com/vote, or scan the QR code. Those are his stats. But just really here, now the Nationals have to do, this is a thing where you don't want to play down to an opponent At this point, we got to play up to them. We got to start elevating the ball. Elevate to celebrate here. They're going to do that. 2 of their hits in the inning were home runs. Not too many line drives. They're hitting home runs. Elevate the ball. Dylan Cruz, a guy who likes to elevate it. Let's go, DC. Hit the ball hard here. But we let it off with a James Wood bomb, and then we can't get really much going after that. A fly out and then 2 strikeouts. And then in their inning, they get a fly out and then 3 hits in a row, then a strikeout, then 2 hits in a row, and then a strikeout. So we got to play to them. We're going to play to their strengths. Now I know what you mean by meatballs. I wonder if Michaelis has a second job at Subway making meatball subs. Yeah. He does not. He has a second job in AA Harrisburg, and he pitches every other day. Honestly, I wish he were there. Send him down to AAA. Let him develop a little bit. Give a different guy a chance. So today also, we do have a long man who's ready to go. Carson Palmquist was called up from AAA Rochester. Mitchell Parker sent to the 15-day IL, as well as Richard Lovelady placed on the IL. 2 guys are now on the injured list. And the corresponding move was Carson Palmquist and Can of Cornelio. So Can of Cornelio's back up in the big leagues. I don't think many people wanted that, but at the same time, he is an innings eater. So we have an innings eater who can pitch tonight if need be. If Michaelis only gets through 3 or 4 innings, Riley Cornelio can eat 3 or 4. We can get through 8 only using 2 arms today, and then Palmquist goes whatever he doesn't finish. Suarez in the wind. First pitch to Cruz is in there, called strike 1 at 90 miles an hour, and it's an 0-1 count. Develop isn't meatball in his 30s. Yeah, I think he's in his 30s. By develop, I mean send him down there and don't call him back up. Here's the 0-1 and Cruz. Check swing foul. It'll be an 0-2 count. We got to throw this back on the screen. Real Talk with Raphael says, I have faith the Nationals can come back. Last time I was here, the Nats played exceptional. Go Natties. Yes, let's go. What's up, Raphael? Thanks for tuning in, man. And thanks for having faith when no one can. I mean, I still have faith, but Can of Cornelio is going to take them out. Here's the 0-2 to Cruz, and Cruz takes a curveball and the dirt ball 1. It'll be a 1-2 count now. No, Can of Cornelio, no. Yes, Can of Cornelio has been called back up to the big leagues. Can of Cornelio. Of all the corresponding moves to make, I know we needed an innings eater. Could we have picked anyone else, though? Here comes the 1-2. Cruz swings their ground ball. Shortstop is there. That's Chang. He'll fire to first in time to get Dylan Cruz for out number 1. So Cruz is down. So that'll bring up JY, who could use a big fly right here. I mean, Can of Cornelio is an innings eater. Let's send him down after this game, after he works 4 innings. Just give us 4 decent innings where he only give up a few runs. Keep us in the game. He kept us kind of in the game last time with the Mariners. I mean, it was 7 runs when he came in. It ended around 10. Here's the pitch. And JY takes a cutter top part of the zone, called strike 1. Oof. That one's called a strike, so it'll be an 0-1 count now. So 0-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 2nd inning. Suarez wears number 55. He goes to the line. Here's the pitch to Young. Young takes a backdoor curveball low and outside. So that'll even up the count at 1-1. 1-1 here with 1 out in the top of the 2nd inning. Red Sox lead 4-1. Suarez into the line. Here's the pitch to Young. Young takes a changeup just outside, ball 2. It's going to be a 2-1 count. Suarez does not throw hard. Some of his breaking balls are in the 70s, and here he's in the 90s. Here comes the 2-1. Young swinging a foul off, so it'd be a 2-2 count. Young had some pop earlier in the season. He hasn't shown it much since. I mean, he had a lot of pop in April and May. Here in June, hadn't shown it just a little much, but I'd like the poppy J. Young to come back. If by eat up innings you mean pitch 4 and give up fewer than 5 runs, surely there's someone else in the minors we could call up. Yeah, there is definitely someone else who would do that for a minimum wage contract. I would do that for a minimum wage contract. I just lob it over the plate and chances are not going to hit it. Suarez shaking off here as now the clock winds down. He's got his sign. Here's the 2-2. Just low and in, ball 3, but a challenge here from Carlos Narvaez. So I think that one was in the zone here. But it'd be a 3-2 here with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Young's down looking. So it does clip the bottom part of the zone. And the Red Sox succeed in the challenge. And there's now 2 outs. Young down looking. Not good there. That's strikeout number 3 for Suarez. He clips the bottom part of the zone after the ABS challenge from Carlos Narvaez. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr., who's been red hot lately, and Garcia fouls this one off and it'll be an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs. One name you'll notice missing from the lineup is Dalen Lyle. Lyle is not in the lineup in tonight's game. I mean, one thing, it is a lefty-lefty matchup here, so Lyle isn't in the game. But otherwise, I mean, I like the move. Give him an off day because he was in a slump as this pitch looks like he fouled it off. They didn't show the play in time, or they just got started with a new play. Or it was a ball, so it'd be a 1-1 count. Suarez shakes off here. Now he's got the sign he wants. Here comes the 1-1 to Louis. Louis takes a fastball low and out, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-1 count. I can tell they're trying to work him outside here, work him outside and low, so he can't really elevate anything. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Suarez in the line. The pitch to Louis. Louis swings and just grounds this one to the second baseman, Siegler. He fields cleanly, fires to first in time for out number 3. So after that leadoff home run, the Nationals can't really get anything going offensively. 6 up, 6 down since then. No runs, no hits, a strikeout in the inning. No runners left on base. We're headed to the bottom of the second. It's the Red Sox 4, the Nationals 1 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. There you go, everybody. Even though we're losing, be sure, vote CJ Abrams. Get him to Citizens Bank Park. There's a lot of things I don't ask for. I don't ask for much for you to do with a phone or anything. You got to pull out or go to MLB.com, but go to MLB.com/vote, scan the QR code, do whatever you want to do to get the feed, and vote CJ Abrams. We're watching this game. Let's look at the numbers because I think you guys would want to look at the numbers. Let's look at it because I've just said where he ranks. I want to talk about the numbers real quickly. In the 4-hole, he's hitting .274 with 17 home runs, 57 RBIs, 13 stolen bases, and an .862 OPS. Is that enough? Maybe it's not. Let's talk about some of the other numbers from this season. He has 15 doubles, 2 triples, 17 home runs, 57 batted in his head. He's drawn 31 walks, 13 stolen bases, an on-base percentage of .357, slugging at .505, an OPS of .862. Anything in the 800s for OPS has to be all-star quality. I feel like that's all-star quality. And I want to take a look at Mookie Betts real quickly because I know everyone's going to want to vote for Mookie just for the name, and I'm going to convince you not to. Mookie Betts, who's hitting 4th today as well, is hitting .236 with 11 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He has 195 at-bats. Maybe that's why his numbers are a little lower. Let's check that, though. Maybe it's because he has less ABs. Maybe that's why his numbers aren't as good. 195 for the man Mookie Betts. For Abrams, 303. So it is true. Their numbers, their select numbers are a little bit different. But in that time, Betts is hitting lower. You'd think when a guy has less at-bats, maybe his numbers would be a little bit better. He's had less of chances to strike out, and his numbers are similar. So you got to vote CJ Abrams. And with that, Abrams has been playing all year. As here comes the pitch from Michaelis to Cheng, and that's in there called strike 1. Abrams is playing all year. Betts has had his ups and downs this year. He's been out. So more of a reason to vote CJ. Here's the 0-1 to Cheng. Swinging a loop out to center field. Abrams can't make the catch. That's into center field for a base hit. Kind of ironic that one is hit out to Abrams. But that's into center field for a base hit. Young will pick it up out there. Meatball yet gives up another hit. So when do they not hit the ball? I don't know. Yet another base hit here. So they had 3 outs yesterday in last inning. It feels like yesterday, but last inning. And 6 hits in the inning. And that's through the first time through the order, they are 6 for 9. 66% chance to get a hit. Now to be Yoshida here. Michaelis sets. Here's the pitch to Yoshida. He swings and lines this one out to right field. But coming in is Young. Diving catch. Did he make it? They're saying he dove? Okay, so he got it on the hop. So that's yet another base hit given up by Miles Michaelis. That's a 7th hit given up. So that one was hit out towards right center. Young ranging over to make the catch. Yoshida had a decent piece of it. Young tried to make a diving catch, but it does bounce into his glove. So they're saying it bounced here. Looking at the replay, yep, it bounced. But he did get it on the one hop. That's yet another base hit now for this Red Sox team. So now Cheng's on second. Yoshida's on first. Here's the pitch to Rafael, and he hits this one out to right, but ranging over to the right fielder, Cruz. And he will not make the catch. This will go into foul ground. I mean, he waits a little bit longer. If he gets a little bit later on that one, or a little bit earlier, he hits that for a home run. That's how easy it is to hit a home run to right field. Rafael is hitting .283 with 7 home runs. I think he's in the All-Star Finals here. That'd be cool to see a Red Sox start. I mean, we're playing them right now, so I probably shouldn't say that, but time to take out pitch. Yep. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a bloop out towards center, but coming out is Nunez. It is going to be Nunez. It's going to drop between them. What is this team doing? This one drops between Cruz and Nunez. That was a blooper out to right. Cruz running in, and then Nunez peels off in the last second, and Cruz doesn't make the catch. So now the bases are loaded. That was a pitch that should have been caught. Rafaela thought it was an easy out. That one is blooped out to right. Nunez going out. Cruz coming in. And Nunez kind of peels off in the last second or goes after it. Heel was under it. And then he kind of stops and looks back. And Cruz isn't there to make the catch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a curveball in there called strike one. Now the bases are loaded for Wilyer Abreu. No. Yes, exactly. Another one. This team, this field cannot get it together. And neither can the pitcher. Just, man. As coming set is Michaelis. They're going to give him a hit. Here's the pitch, and he hits this one out to left, but Wood is there. Wood will make the catch on the track, leaping. He'll fire this one in quickly, but it's going to score Sheng from third. So that's out number one. One out, at least, is all they get on a fly ball out to Wood. Wood had to make a leaping catch on it, though. So another hit for this team from Rafael, and then a sack. So they're producing offensively. So that's the fifth run given up for this team. Rafael's given a hit, though. So now there's runners only at first and second, so not too much can happen now, luckily. A little bloop hit, though. Sheng scores. Now to be Contreras, and he swings and misses at a slider. It's an 0-1 count. I mean, they're just hitting the ball all over. They have so many hits. That's the thing. They have so many hits already. Yoshida stands at second. Rafaela at first here with one out. But a run already scored in the inning. It's now 5-1. Here's the 0-1. Inside, ball one with a sinker, and that evens up the count at 1-1 here. Bases loaded, meatball on the mound. What could go wrong? Yep, he got a out. I don't care if it's a productive out or anything. He got an out. That's really all we needed. I mean, Butera's got to make a call at least to the phone, get someone warmed up as here comes the 1-1. So, fly ball hit to left, but that one is well foul. Up to the third deck in foul territory. Those guys probably didn't think they were going to get ball, but they get one. A fan from Ohio caught that ball. Let's say Toledo, Ohio today. A fan from Toledo, Ohio caught that ball. Michaelis at 41 pitches. He should definitely have a short leash here. If he gives up any more runs, take him out because you're throwing away the game if you leave him out. Here comes the 1-2 from Meatball. Swing and check swing. Did he go? Yes, says first base umpire Lentz for out number 2. The Nationals get a call. There you go. To that umpire.
Thank you!
So that's a swinging strikeout. That's better than hitting him. Strike him out. So that's strikeout number 3 for Miles Michaelis. Another strikeout here. There's 3 strikeouts, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Jarren Duran here, 0 for 1 with a K. I just wonder how this bullpen feels with what they're going to have to take over the next few innings. That's 42 pitches for Meatball. It's like Chad Tracy's going to talk to the first base umpire here. He's arguing with him. Is he really arguing him on the swing? I don't see why he can argue him on a swing. They called it, first base umpire is the one he's talking to here. Chad Tracy, the former Nat, but 2 outs here, runners at first and second. Something's being argued. It is Wilson Contreras. They're trying to say it's an arguable play. This first base umpire is not going to have it, though. He's still talking to him. Chad Tracy's being emotional here. Interim manager here in Chad Tracy. So he's probably not going to have the job next year. So it looks like Contreras is going to come back out here with 2 outs, still talking. I think that lucky fan was from Coshocton, Ohio. So did Contreras get ejected? What is happening here? Did Contreras get ejected? Contreras is going to come out here and talk. Contreras is going to come out and talk to the first base umpire. They got to eject one of these guys. The player can't talk and do that. You got to eject him by this point. Someone's getting ejected. Oh, so Contreras started tapping his helmet after and then kept doing it and just really got annoyed. So he was arguing with the first base umpire. Was he ejected? Was Contreras really ejected? I think Contreras was ejected from this game. I mean, that's a good way to take him out instead of hitting him, get him ejected. The way he's arguing right now, he's got to be ejected. 1 2/3 here worked by Meatball. He's given up so far 8 hits. I mean, Contreras, one of the biggest offenders, have beaten him. But is Contreras really ejected from this game? What is happening here? I have no idea what's happening. There's a chance that Contreras is not playing the rest of this game, though. So be 2 outs here. That'll bring up Jarren Duran. Jarren Duran steps up to the plate here. That's Nick Lentz over there at first. He called the swing, and Contreras was being really obnoxious towards him, I think. I think he may have been ejected here. But 2 outs here. Runners at first and second. Meatball facing Jarren Duran. That's better than hitting him. He's ejected. That'd be great if he's out of the game. Here's the pitch to Duran. Duran takes a curveball upstairs. Called. Strike 1. It's an 0-1 count now. So 0-1 here with 2 outs at the bottom of the second. And to that umpire, one more thing for you.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Meatball is set. Here's the pitch to Duran. Swinging a ground ball, but that is foul over there. First base line will be no 2 count now. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Garcia made the play and tag first, but they did call it foul. 44 pitches now for Meatball. Seems to be struggling with that pitch count. And in general in the game. I mean, 5 runs given up. He's on pace to give up 10 through 4. As Meatball comes set, it'll be no 2 here to Duran. I keep getting him confused. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball. This is going to be out of play. So we'll do 0-2 again here. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Thanks to everyone who's already tuned in. We'll check up on the light count and other scores around the league after this inning, if we even finish this inning. This will be 0-2 or 2 outs. It's not even rain I'm scared of. It's more ejections. If Wilson Contreras really did get ejected, I wonder what's to follow for this team. Here comes the 0-2. In the dirt, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-2 count here. 1-2 with 2 outs. I mean, get him ejected. That's good because now he can't come back. Yoshida over there at second. On first is Rafaela. 2 outs here. It'll be 1-2 from Michaelis to Duran. Duran took a timeout. Now he steps back in. He had the walk-off hit yesterday, Duran. That was an interesting game. Michaelis sets. Looks like Ruiz is going to take a timeout. Wow. Ruiz the one to take a timeout that time. So it'll be 1-2 or 2 outs. I don't like the timeout rules. I think you should have unlimited of those. The 3 disengagements I'm fine with, but timeouts. As here comes the 1-2 from Michaelis. Swinging a ground ball. Foul will do 1-2 again. That's the thing. You can have the disengagement rules. You can have all those, but you got to give him timeouts. Because what if the hitter has something going on? Maybe his leg starts hurting. He can't call timeout. He should have those. Duran has a really big leg kick here. Oof, that off his foot. Oof. He's a really big leg kick when he swings, though. So 1-2 here with 2 outs. This team obviously missing their star outfielder, Roman Anthony, from Team USA, as Michael is sets. I mean, Roman doesn't have a good arm. The 1-2 is lined. Caught by the second baseman Nunez on a dive for out number 3. That was a line drive that had base hit written all over it, and Nunez scratches out the text that says base hit for out number 3. Nunez had to take a couple steps and then dives, lays out to make a line drive catch for out number 3. So that won the inning. Nice play by Nasim Smunez there for 3 outs, but 3 hits in the inning, 1 run it is earned. I mean, only singles in this inning, and 2 runners left on base. We will head to the top of the third. It's the Red Sox 5, Nationals 1 right here on District Nation. Man, that's just, rough first inning. Rough first 2 innings. Now the Nationals need to find it offensively. It'll be Smunez, Ruiz, and Wood for this team in the third. I mean, Wood had his fill with that home run back in the first. He must be feeling pretty good about himself. Top of the third we go. And just a reminder, everybody, go vote Abrams. I'll put this on the screen while we look through the MLB scores here. Let's go through games happening in tonight's game. White Sox-Orioles at the end of 4 are tied at 2-2. In the top of the 5th, the Phillies are beating the Pirates 5-3. In the bottom of the 2nd, the Tigers have a 5-0 lead on the Yankees. Blue Jays have a lead over the Mets. That game's in the bottom of the 3rd. Rangers and Guardians just getting underway at 0-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Reds and Brewers in the middle of the 1st. Reds got a score in the top of the 1st. It's now a 1-0 game. Padres and Cubs about to get underway. Same with the Twins and the Astros. At 8:40, we'll have Marlins at Rockies. At 9:40, Dodgers at Athletics. 9:40 as well, Angels, Mariners. And at 9:40 is Giants at Diamondbacks. Those are all the matchups for today around the MLB. So we head to the top of the 3rd inning, everybody. Do you think Duran's walk-up song is Hungry Like the Wolf? Ha! That'd be a good walk-up song for him. I wonder what the take here is on the man Wilson Contreras, their substitution. What are we talking here? Is Contreras out of the game? I'll be interested to know. Is Contreras still in this ballgame? As we head to the top of the 3rd inning, everybody. Looks like Andrew Monasterio is going to bat fourth and play first base. So Wilson Contreras was ejected for what he did. As Suarez in the line, he'll face Nunez. Nunez is going to show bunt and then take it back. It's in there, called strike one. Monasterio takes over there at first base. Wilson Contreras ejected from the game. 237 average for Nunez. Here comes the 0-1. And Nunez fouls this one back, and it'll be no 2 count. Monasterio put in the game for Wilson Contreras after Contreras is ejected out of the game. So over there, first Andrew Monasterio put in after Contreras gets ejected. Here's the 0-2 to Nunez. Swinging a miss on a backdoor curveball. Nunez can't hit that one. Strikeout number 4 for Suarez. So after giving up that leadoff home run to James Wood, he's really settling in here. 7 up, 7 down since then. So we head to 1 out here, and Keibert Ruiz will hit now. I mean, a lefty-friendly ballpark, but Ruiz is going to hit from the right side here at Fenway Park. Nationals had a trip over here to Fenway in 2024. That was one time they played. I think that's their most recent time at Fenway. Here's the pitch. Ruiz grounds this one. Third baseman makes a nice play. That's Duran. He fires to first in time to get a running Keibert Ruiz for out number 2. So 2 outs now. That'll bring up the top of the order in James Wood. First time through the order. The Nationals are 1 for 9 with a solo home run for James Wood, and that's it for offense today. Wood up to the plate here in the top of the third with 2 outs. I mean, when none of the offense is going, at least Wood's getting back into his groove he is in a little bit. 260 average with 21 home runs now. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball, 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs. Wood up to the plate. 31 pitches for Suarez. He's looking a lot better pitch count-wise. He's where Michaelis was at the end of 2 here in the top of the third. Not even to that point. He's in the 30s. Here's the 0-1 to James Wood. Wood's going to take a sinker low ball. 1. It'll be a 1-1 count now. Only 90 miles an hour on that sinker from Suarez. He is at 32 pitches, Mr. C. 32 pitches. So he's looking good with the pitch count. And Wood swinging a miss at a slider low and outside. Once again, Suarez not going to throw hard. His breaking ball stuff is going to be in the 70s, 80s. Then his off speeds, maybe they'll touch 90. He'll be up there in a little bit. But fastball will sit in the low 9s, so not too much velo from him. The 1-2 from Suarez to Wood. Wood swinging a chopper right in front of the plate. It's going to be fair. Throw to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. That was hit about 1 foot at most. That was hit just a chopper right in front of the plate. Not far at all. Catcher actually retrieves that. The catcher, Narvaez, able to grab it and then throw it to first in time to retire James Wood, and that will end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It is still Boston 5, Nationals 1 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Duran, Siegler, and Narvaez for the Red Sox in the third inning. Man, that's just not what you want to see after 2 innings is Meatball trailing by that much. Trailing by just so much. And just remember, guys, go vote Abrams. I'll put this on screen every in-between innings so you can know to go vote CJ Abrams. Go vote that guy for the All-Star game. Voting started today. You can only vote 1 time a day now, so it's not even like you need to vote 5 times. I already voted on 3 different accounts, so you got to go vote him. Go vote CJ. CJ Abrams for All-Star starter. Not even to make the All-Star team. This to be an All-Star starter, and CJ Abrams deserves it. I think he'll probably hit 6th if you were in it. I bet they hit him in the 6th hole. Of course, Shohei's leading off. And they picked 2 All-Stars at the beginning who get the most votes. First most was Shohei. Surprisingly, second most was Ernie Clement. I thought it'd be someone different. I thought Aaron Judge would have the most votes, but no, Ernie Clement. Once again, the entire country of Canada beats out the entire country of America. If we all came together and collectively voted one guy, and I think that one guy is probably Shohei. So, and as a country, that's totally many different countries because the entire continent of Asia is voting Shohei Ohtani because they know about him. Every country probably talks about Shohei over there. And that's not even that's just saying the truth. I think people over there know Shohei Ohtani. That's one name they do know. That and Yamamoto probably. And then Aaron Judge. Bottom of the third we go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining us right here on District Nation for live play-by-play. Looks like some Nats fans are out there in left field in the Green Monster stands. Here's the first pitch to the third baseman, Duran. That's a line drive out to James Wood for out number 1. So Duran is down on 1 pitch. We'll call that a fly out to James Wood for out number 1. Just a bloop out to left. James Wood barely had to move for out number 1, and that'll bring up Siegler now, the second baseman here with 1 out. Looks like they're calling it a line out in ESPN, so I'll call it a line out. So 1 out here. That'll bring up Anthony Siegler here with a 4-run lead for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch. Siegler swinging a miss at a fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 1 out. There you go, boys. Just fired into the zone. Michaelis. Excuse me here. Had a longer yawn. I want to hold it back, though. The 0-1 is in the dirt, ball 1. Instead of be a 1-1 count here. Boston is beautiful all around. I mean, Fenway is one stadium where around you it really is the city. It's not hidden anywhere. It's really just there in the city. So 1-1 here from Michaelis to Siegler. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive out to right center field. Going back is Young, and that's going to plug the gap and go all the way to the wall. Or kind of short wall. Cruz will grab it and fire this one in. That one's fired in towards second, and that's a double now for Siegler. That's his second hit of the day. He has a single and a double now. Single back in the first, double here in the third. So this offense is just exploding here against Meatball. Let's hope this doesn't happen again tomorrow against Cavalli. Let's hope it doesn't happen against Awesome Andrew, who's not going to go long, because Lord needs to be ready to work on Wednesday, because we've seen it. Awesome Andrew has not worked 5 yet this year. So they're going to need Lord on Wednesday. You're going to have to use Cornelio and Palmquist today. As Meatball now facing Narvaez here with 1 out, comes set. Here's the pitch to Carlos Narvaez. He takes it right in there, called strike 1 with a slider, so it'll be an 0-1 here. 199 average for Narvaez, 2 home runs with 4 runs driven in, a 5.58 OPS. Michaelis sets. The 0-1 here to Narvaez. Swinging a foul off first base side, I mean 0-2 count now. So 0-2 here. 4-run lead for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They just really need to stop scoring so the Nationals can come back. I hope they do that. The Nationals can get a comeback going. Michaelis looks in for his sign. Ooh, I'm matching with the Nats road jerseys today. They're wearing this hat. So we want 0-2 here. Michaelis looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-2 to Narvaez. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but that is well foul and out of play. So we'll do 0-2 again. 55 pitches now the pitch count for Michaelis. Man, that thing just keeps climbing. This pitch count is going up. 13 balls in the game, 42 strikes. The percentage is great. I mean, 42 of 45, that's amazing. But they're crushing it. Maybe needs to take a lesson from Awesome Andrew and throw less strikes, because Andrew Alvarez has learned and not every pitch needs to be a strike. Michaelis sets the 0-2. Low ball 1, the throw to third, and he's safe. Whoa. So Siegler looks like he's still third. The pitch was low and outside. Siegler was on the move. The throw to third, Butera here, getting his word from his bench coach. He's holding the game here. And he's saying no. So Siegler was in there. At least they think Siegler's in there. The throw looked on time. Did he just get around the tag, maybe? So he did kind of get around the tag. So Siegler just got past the tag. So now there's a runner on third here with 1 out. So now fly ball drives in another run here on Meatball. Ultimate Sports Network says Nat's not doing too hot. Yeah, I mean, they will come back. They will come back. This is the best offense in the league here. So we have 1-2 here to Narvaez. Here's the pitch. And he takes a sinker upstairs, ball 2. And it's a 2-2 count. I mean, we only got our first NATS in the top of the first, and we haven't seen one since. So it'll be a 2-2 here. Here's the pitch, and that's up and out, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-2 count. 3-2 here with 1 out, bottom of the third, 5-1 game. Man, not what you want to see from this Nationals team, who's a good offense usually. You got to set them up to come back. You got to work into the pen. Here's the 3-2 to Narvaez. Swinging a foul off, and it'll be 3-2 again. 3-2 here with 1 out. 59 pitches for Michaelis. So now you just got to, by this point, just set it up. Get Cornelio into the game. Eat innings. Get ready to go. Slowly crawl back. Get a run every inning or so. Explode. Have one of your big innings. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball Out to right, going back is Cruz. A couple steps in front of the track, he makes the catch, route number 2, and scoring on the play will be Siegler. So that's a sac fly out to right for Carlos Narvaez. It is now a 6-1 game. Red Sox add another, so they get another run on the board. So the Nationals are probably going to, they lose this game, they're back at 5, which would not be good. Meatball gives up yet another hard hit ball. So 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Cheng here with 2 outs. Cheng will come up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Cheng. He swings and grounds this one. Second baseman Nunez fields cleanly. Fires to first in time for out number 3. Fired that one on the run. That's out number 3, inning over. So Meatball is yet to have a scoreless inning. He gave up 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and then another one in the third. So we head to the 4th inning, and another run on the board for the Red Sox. 1 run on only 1 hit that time. No errors and no one left on base. So we're through 3, everybody. It's 6-1 as we head to the top of the 4th. I mean, I think they could come back. I think there's a very realistic chance they come back. They have come back from more. They've come back from less. There's a very good chance that they come back. It'd be Chaparro, Meade, and Abrams. You got a couple righties coming up. And speaking of Abrams, go vote him. I'm pushing this on people. Voting ends in a few days. We're voting until basically this week. The entire week. If you're hanging out with me on stream, you're seeing this. And I haven't filmed the infomercial just yet, but I will be filming the infomercial. So that is going to be advertised. That thing right there. Big CJ will be advertised as usual. So Andres Chaparro will hit here. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center, and then Curtis Meade struck out. Abrams struck out as well, but Abrams is just making the pitcher underestimate him, and then he'll hit a tank. We're at the top of the 4th in just a moment, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And just a reminder, today I saw something. So the Mavericks store was doing a huge discount today. I think they're doing the traveling players and anyone who's no longer on the team. Their stuff was discounted. And a Klay Thompson jersey was discounted. So I'm going to admit I did get a Klay Thompson jersey shirt today. And it was the green Hardwood Classics jerseys, which was awesome. But we will be calling some Summer League basketball this summer. Just a couple games, getting the feel of basketball. I like to talk about, I feel like watching a basketball game or two in the summer just hits different sometimes, especially when it's the All-Star break and no sports are going on. We'll call some of that. That's what we'll do during the All-Star break. So we have some sports during that time because we're going to call the All-Star game and that's it. We're not calling the Derby. I feel like calling games is more fun than calling the Derby as we head to the top of the 4th. But we'll be calling a Summer League game or 2, maybe 3. But I don't know. The Mavericks games, I think they have 1 in the afternoon that I might do, which would be really fun. Do that at some point. As we head to the top of the 4th, Andres Chaparro will hit here. I think minor league baseball also takes a break during that time. They don't play during the All-Star break. Suarez on the line. Here's the pitch to Chaparro, and he takes it in there. Called strike 1 with a curveball, and it'd be an 0-1 count here. Do they take a break during that time? They do. Sunday, July 12th, they come back on Friday. So 143 average for Chaparro. Here comes the 0-1 from Suarez, and Chaparro takes it inside, ball 1 with a cutter, so it'd be 1-1. NFL or college for this year for you? We're going to be calling Commanders football. That is obvious. Every Sunday, calling the Commanders game. And then if they play primetime games, we probably won't. Here's the 1-1, and Chaparro takes a changeup down low, ball 2. I'm going to end up calling the Commanders games. I'm really excited to do that. That's going to be our college team, or our NFL team. I am doing PA for my high school team this year, so I don't know what my Fridays and Saturdays look like because my high school doesn't have lights, so they end up playing some of their games on Saturdays. Here comes the 2-1 to Chaparro, and he takes a cutter low and inside, ball 3. If I have an available Saturday, I'm probably going to end up in October calling a Mavs game. But, I mean, I could call a Navy game. I could maybe call a Navy game as it comes a 3-1. Suarez in the line. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Down low, ball 4. So Andres getting the rally going. He's going to start it with a walk. That's the second base runner only of the game. So they get a free pass there. Chaparro takes his walk. So he's on first here with no outs. But, yeah, I'm going to do in high school PA, so I don't know how much college ball I'm going to do. But NFL Sunday. NFL Sunday, Commanders football. I am going to cover Navy a little bit, like make a preview for them probably. Because I like doing that, making previews for different teams as we have the hitter up to the plate is Meade. That's inside, ball 1 with a cutter. So that's coming. Looks like there's a wave going at Fenway. Why are they doing a wave? They're winning by 5 runs. That's my opinion. They are winning. As Chaparro taking a little lead, he's probably not going to go far. Not the type of guy to try to steal a bag. Here's the 1-0 to Meade. Meade takes a sinker in the dirt, ball 2, so it's a 2-0 count. Now Narvaez will go out take a walk out to the pitcher's mound, talk to him real quickly. Suarez up to 41 pitches now here in the fourth, and he has Chaparro over there at first to worry about, but Chaparro you can barely worry about. Yeah, we're going to do a lot more Commanders games this year. So 2-0 here with no outs in the top of the fourth. 6-1 lead for the Red Sox with now the catcher's coming back. Narvaez coming back to his spot over there. But Monasterio now covers first. I'm really surprised Contreras got ejected. I'm going to have to Google a YouTube video later. Because all I saw him doing was tapping his head obnoxiously. I feel like that is an ejectable offense as Cummings set his Suarez at the belt. Here's the 2-0 to Meade. Meade takes a fastball in there, called strike one. Up and out, it looked like, but they are going to call that a strike. I'll get your message in a bit, USN. This will be a 2-1 here. Here's the pitch to Curtis Meade. Meade takes called strike two. That's a sinker. Looked a little high and outside, but that'll even up the count at 2-2. Now Meade talking to the umpire here. Ugh. I mean, I get talking to him before, but now you have an ABS, so there is really no reason to be doing that. This would be a 2-2 here. Suarez looking for his sign on the pitch comm. He's got it, and he comes set. The 2-2 coming to Meade. Meade swinging a ground ball foul. We'll do 2-2 again now. This is going to be the craziest year of CFB of all time. That's your heads up. I'm calling it this year. This year will never be forgotten. All right. This will be a 2-2 here. I mean, I find seasons to be forgetful unless the team I'm rooting for wins. Here's the 2-2. Meade takes a fastball upstairs, ball 3. What's unforgettable is when you vote CJ Abrams, you'll never forget it because it's an amazing move to make. Scan that QR code, go to MLB.com/vote. You'll never forget when you did it on this amazing Monday night. Cummings set his Suarez on this beautiful Monday night. The 3-2 to Meade. Swinging a ground ball foul, so he's working an AB here. That was a 77-mile-an-hour curveball. Be 3-2 here. I mean, an unforgettable season for me is the 2019 MLB season. You can tell why. People can tell why. I think an unforgettable, this season's starting to feel like it may be a season I'll remember. Is coming set. Here's the pitch to Meade. Called! Strike 3. Meade wants a challenge immediately here with 1 out. So Meade will take another look at this, but the Nationals going to use their first ABS of the night. The pitch, and it is a strike. So the Nationals lose a challenge. Meade is down looking. That is strikeout number 5 for Suarez. Yet another one looking. Clip the low and outside part of the zone. That's strikeout number 5, and that's 1 out here in the top of the fourth. The Nationals are going to lose a challenge. So now that'll bring up CJ, the all-star contender. Remember, vote him now. Voting ends soon. You got to vote him. He's the last remaining starter you can vote for the Nats. Here's the pitch that's in there called strike 1. The one stat he doesn't lead in is average. Otto Lopez is the average leader, and Lopez is not even in the running among shortstops. It's Betts and Abrams. You got to vote Abrams. Here is the 0-1. And that is inside ball 1 with a sinker, so that'll even up the count. And Abrams' name is going to come up first. He comes first alphabetically. CJ Abrams, Mookie Betts. So go vote CJ. I'll put the QR code up in a moment. Here comes the 1-1 to CJ. And CJ fouls this one off to be a 1-2 count. CJ has more home runs, more RBIs, and I think they've played the same amount of games. Abrams would be the better hitter, just looking at the numbers. So here we go with 1-2 count here. Suarez set at the belt. Here's the pitch to CJ. Abrams takes a fastball low and out, ball 2. So that'll make it a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here. It's sad that Wood didn't make it as a starter. I really thought people would vote for James Wood more. He should have been an all-star starter this year. But no. Instead, he's going to be a reserve once again. Here's the 2-2 to CJ. Abrams swinging a miss at a slider low and outside. So that's strikeout number 6 for Suarez. Abrams is down on the K for the second time this night. I got to stop promoting Abrams. How about this? Go right in Dalen Lyle for All-Star. There's only 2 options, though. So now it'll be Dylan Cruz here with 2 outs. Now you get a lefty-righty matchup. So here's the pitch to Cruz. Cruz swinging a chopper. Third baseman has to charge in. He throws to first in time for the out. So that's out number 3, inning over. Cruz grounds out to the third baseman. That's Durbin over there for out number 3. So 2 strikeouts, and a walk and a ground out is all the Nationals can get this time. They do get a free pass, so they get another runner on base. But no runs, no hits. 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It is still the Red Sox 6. The Nationals 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The question has got to be then, how long is Meatball going to pitch? How long are we going to let this guy just get rocked? You got to ask the question. That's the thing. How long are they just going to let him get rocked out there on the mound? I know not too many people want that. It looks like, they do the thing still where you get to go out there and sign the board. So a few new guys who had never been to the park. I guess Clayton Beater, Drew Millis had never been there. Anyone who's new gets to sign it. So all the coaches, all the players who have ever been there get to sign it. That's really cool. So Millis was in there. Lord was in there. Oh, yeah, Butera would have been in there. Blake Butera probably got to sign it because he's a manager, first-time manager, so he's coming to Fenway for the first time. Nationals to start doing that, sign the outer walls. Simon Matthews got to sign too. So anyone, it's their first time at Fenway, they get to sign it. That is awesome, even if you're a coach. I love how Butera's getting interviewed, and then Simon Matthews just standing out and doing his thing. PJ Pullen got to sign, it looks like. Let's go. PJ Pullen got to sign. Who else is that? Looks like Jose Tena got to sign. I thought Tena was there, probably, but all the guys who are new, I think they were letting the entire team just come in there. Riley Cornelio got to go in there. Hey, come on, his ERA over the last 2 innings is only 9. Only 9 over the last 2 innings. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Looks like Foster Griffin went up and signed the ceiling. Let's go. Foster Griffin got in there. Foster deserves to be at the MLB level. It's a shame that dude was not in the MLB before. So we get going to the top of the 4th, or bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th coming up, it'll be Masataka Yoshida. So cool that they get to go in there, do that. It's such a cool concept that they could go in there, sign it. Here's the pitch to Yoshida, and he pops this one up, and this one will get out of play, so it'll be no 1 count. But yeah, ERA is only 9 over that time. But yeah, they get to go in there, they get to sign. I think that's really cool. I think that's a cool part of baseball. Looks like the sun slowly starting to set. Still a blue sky in Fenway. Here's the 0-1, and he fouls this one off. So Yoshida on the day is 1 for 2 with a fly out and a single out to right. 253 average for him, 2 home runs and 11 RBIs with that 6.90 OPS. The press box is decently high up in the stadium. Wondering what the broadcast review is like. So 0-2 here. Here's the pitch. That's high ball 1. That one is way high up. It's to be a 1-2 count here. Michaelis. Looks like I thought he was working on the set for a second. He's still working out of the line. Maybe they just wanted to change it mid-game. Starts working exclusively out the set. The 1-2 is just outside ball 2. Wow. Didn't get that call.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It's to be a 2-2 here. You got to know Bob Uecker quote. Here's the 2-2. Outside again. Ball 3. So he cannot get that call. Umpire Moscaso is not giving the low and outside corner because Meatball just went Picasso mode and painted it twice, but he can't get the call. Here's the 3-2. So they're going to pop up. This one is going to be in foul ground. Ruiz is under it. Garcia coming over. Looks like it's going to be Garcia, and Luis Garcia Jr. will make the catch on the infield in foul ground for out number 1. So the catch is made in foul ground for out number 1 now. So I'll bring up Ceddanne Rafaela, who's 2 for 2 on the day. Thanks to everyone for tuning in already to District Nation for today's broadcast. I know some people found out from Instagram because you follow me there, but we do have the series preview out. Here's the first pitch to Rafaela. That's low ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count now. Do you want Ayuk on the Commanders? I do. If he wants to be there so badly, that means when he comes here, he's going to work hard if he wants to be there that badly. I would really like it if he's on the team. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a line drive down the right field line, but fouls to be a 1-1 count. I'll love him on the Skins, but I don't know. Maybe the 49ers won't end up cutting him. Maybe they'll keep him. But then he's going to request a trade. 69 pitches is now the count for Michaelis. Here's the pitch. That's high ball 2 with a fastball, so it'll be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rafaela, 285 average with 7 bombs. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a foul off, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 1 out. You know what I think is an interesting stat? What percentage of your RBIs come from home runs? I wish someone would be able to calculate that quickly. I know how to calculate that, see how many runs you drive in from RBIs, from homers, but that'd be a good stat to have on MLB.com. How many runs do you drive in off of home runs? The 2-2. Swinging a line drive out to right, but Cruz is right there, and Dylan Cruz will catch that little bloop out to right for out number 2. So I'm assuming they're going to call that a line drive. That was more of a liner. So that's out number 2, and that'll bring up Wilyer Abreu here, who's 1 for 2. Or excuse me, I think he's 1 for 1 because he has that sac fly with an RBI. So he's got an RBI on the day. Here in the 4th, this team is just, they are really struggling here. The offense can't get going here in Fenway. You got to figure it out because you're playing 2 more games here in a small ballpark. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. That's Nunez on the chop. He will fire to first in time to Luis Garcia Jr., and that will end the inning. So an 1-2-3 for Meatball Michaelis. So he's through 4. He's 6 runs, 9 hits in the game so far for the Red Sox. 1 run, 1 hit for the Nationals. We'll head to the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base that inning. What to the 5th? Still Red Sox 6 and Nationals 1. Biggest upset of the World Cup is Germany losing. I do not follow the World Cup. I'm not a big soccer fan. I'm more of the big three for me: baseball, basketball, football. Hockey, meh for me. But soccer, I mean, it's cool to know if USA were to win. I feel like it'd be funny if they won because they just keep winning at everything. But you never know. As we head to the 5th, it'll be Young, Garcia Jr., and Nunez for the top of the 5th. Smoonez will hit this inning, or Nunez. All the different names we can call Nunez by just saying his name. Top of the 5th we go. JY, the big fly, will come up. He's over on with a strikeout looking. We'll check up on the light count real quickly. And the poll. Looks like in the poll, we're about 53% saying Red Sox. So Red Sox are winning now after that probably just after that big first inning. So we head to the top of the 5th. Nationals could use a few runs. It'd be really helpful if they could get some on the board. We got a few people in the chat here, Stu. We got 10 likes on the stream. Let's go, everybody. Thank you so much for liking today and subscribing to the few people who are here. 510 subs. Let's go. We are over the 500 mark, which is really awesome. I think that's really awesome. That's awesome. Andrew Alvarez, that is. So we go top 5. Check here. That post I did really well, though. A lot of people were saying congrats on the post. That's really cool that so many people were there. But 500 subs is kind of unreal to me. Did you hear the Warriors are interested in LeBron and AD? Wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I don't think they're going to get both, maybe. I think they'd end up trading for one if they don't get one. Here's the pitch to Young, and that's in there called strike one. They'll probably get one in the offseason, and then they trade for one. But whoever gets LeBron is going to keep LeBron. They're not going to trade him unless a really good haul comes for him. He's just a name by this point. I mean, the name LeBron has so much value to it. Here's the 0-1 to JY. Swinging a ground ball down the left field line, but that's foul. So it'll be an 0-2 count. Can't get that one. That was more down the third base line and peeled off. So it'll be 0-2 here. Young up to the plate. Looks like they're playing Nats fans here, though. Boston's not a long trip. You probably get some Nationals fans in Boston as well. Maybe some bandwagons from 2019 who never really left. So 0-2. They probably thought the next dynasty was starting. Here comes the 0-2 from Suarez to Young. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he loses his bat. Jacob Young swung through that one and then completely lost his bat for out number 1. JY, strikeout number 7 for Suarez, and Young loses his bat on the strikeout. Man, not fun there. Swings it off towards the side so his bat goes longer than the ball even does, and that'll bring up Luis Garcia Jr., who grounded out back in the second. So Louis will hit now in a lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Louis takes a fastball outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. So really, Moscoso's not giving that outside corner to anybody. He's not really giving it outside. He gives the inside corner, but he's not giving the outside. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a curveball inside. Garcia wanted to give that one a good swing. He can't get all of it, so it'll be a 1-1. They said they can trade Jimmy Butler, the Wizards. Ooh, I don't think Butler's enough for LeBron. Here comes the 1-1 to Garcia. Garcia grounds this one. First baseman fields into fair territory. That's Monasterio. Take it to the bag himself for out number 2. Andrew Monasterio makes the play for out number 2. Takes it himself, and there's 2 outs. So Andrew Monasterio is going to get his first at-bat. I believe next inning he's going to hit first in the bottom of the 5th. Let's hope that's not for a while. But it'll be Nunez now who's 0-1 with a strikeout. Suarez now at 59 pitches here in the top of the 5th. Louis just can't get much going. This team has one hit, and it's the James Wood leadoff bomb. So they got the game started well. They just can't get anything else. So 2 outs here. That'll bring up Nunez now. Here's the pitch. And Nunez takes a fastball on the outside corner. It's no 1 count now. 0-1 here with 2 outs. 0-1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. It's no 2 count now. So 0-2, 2 outs here. Had to go off camera for a second. There's like an ant in the area. Had to kill it real quickly. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Suarez into the wind. The 0-2 to Nunez. Swinging a ground ball. Third baseman fields cleanly. That's Duran on the chop. He fires to first in time for out number 3. So once again, the Nationals can't get anything going offensively. So that 1-2-3 inning, that's routine for the Nationals now to go down 1-2-3. This is the best offense in the league, and they can't get anything going. Still first in runs scored, but we head to the bottom of the 5th. Still Boston 6, Nationals 1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're halfway through this one as we head to bottom of the 5th. I'll put this back on screen, so if you want to, you can go vote CJ. Maybe he's not giving himself the best campaign, but the numbers say it works. The numbers are showing that it is working. So keep it coming. Keep voting for him. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. So bottom of the 5th we go. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Be sure to go vote him because it's Mookie Betts for him, and I think this entire fan base and the people in here probably want him. They don't want a guy like Mookie Betts. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in today. And be sure to tell me who you think is going to win in the poll. I know a lot of people have, but after you hit the poll, hit the like button. Help out the stream a little bit, as Monasterio will lead it off in the 5th. Will they leave Meatball out there for the 5th? Maybe his pitch count is a little high, but I wonder if they'll leave him out there for the bottom of the 5th inning and see how long he has in him. He's going to face Monasterio, a guy who's getting his first AB of the game after Wilson Contreras was ejected after, I'd say, taunting the umpire. I think that's the best way to put it. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Be sure to scan that QR code. Help out me and help out the channel. You're helping out the channel by voting Abrams because it's going to be a whole lot more fun to call that game when there's a guy I know in the game. So we head to the bottom of the 5th. 4.5 done so far. Let's check here. Looks like Michaelis is going to be back out there. Ugh. Michaelis coming back out there for the 5th as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Man, Fenway's a nice stadium, though. You got to admit that. Fenway's a very nice stadium. Bottom of the 5th we go. Michaelis into the line. Here comes the first pitch to Andrew Monasterio now. And Monasterio grounds this one up the middle, but Abrams is there. Abrams fields cleanly. Fires to first in time to get Monasterio out. So that is out number 1. So I'm understanding now why we do the opener strategy with Miles Michaelis. His innings are starting to pan out a little bit. 4 runs given up in the first and only 1 each in the second and the third. If an opener started this game and did decently well, I think it'd be a 2-1 game. Because Poland, if he were ready to go, could probably go 2. Here's the pitch to Duran. That's grounded. This is going to be first baseman Garcia flips it up to Michaelis, who gets it in time. Duran dives headfirst into first base to try to beat it, but Michaelis covers in time for out number 2. So Michaelis now at 75 pitches, about to maybe have his first scoreless inning. Duran started hustling down the line, and then Michaelis just covered in time to get Duran, who dove headfirst in the bag. So that is a 3-1, a rare one. You see a PFP that time, so that's out number 2. I don't think we're getting a challenge here. Yeah, we're not, because Michaelis has stepped back onto the rubber. So to bring up Caleb Durbin. Does have a bomb in this game. Here's the pitch to Durbin. That is lone out ball 1, so to be a 1-0 count now. Got to refresh ESPN here. Just stopped on the Nunez play. 1-0 here, 2 outs. Durbin, 232, 7 home runs. Here's the 1-0 from Michaelis. Called. What? That's outside? Man. Called outside for a ball. Wow. Not called a strike is crazy. That was there. This will be a 2-0 here. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 2-0 to Durbin. Swinging a ground ball. Shortstop Abrams charges in. On the run. Fires it to first. In time. So Miles Michaelis works a 1-2-3 inning. Wow. He actually worked a 1-2-3. He gets a scoreless inning. He got one in the fourth as well, so he gets 2 1-2-3 innings in a row. He's retired 8 in a row now, so we're through 5. It is the Boston Red Sox 6 and the Nationals 1 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Ruiz, Wood, and Chaparro for the Nationals when we come back for the top of the 6th inning. Here we go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to keep tuning in if you like the Nats, Mavs, or Commanders. I mean, I would say DC Sports, but I'm a Mavs fan, so that's the one thing. I'm a Mavericks fan. The one little bop on the resume. The only one. But once you're a fan of a team, I can't really leave because then people are going to say, oh, I'm a bandwagon, especially if I root for the Wizards starting this year. Then people are going to say I'm a huge bandwagon. I'm a Mavericks fan, and I will be a Mavericks fan for life. That's the thing. If I leave this area, if I end up going somewhere else, I leave the DMV, I will still be a Nats fan. I will still be a Commanders fan because I've grown up with the teams. And I will still be a Mavs fan wherever I go. If I go to Los Angeles and I live right next door to the Lakers arena, I will still go whenever they play the Mavs and if I can get cheap tickets. I will try to go to every Mavs-Lakers game. Because that'd also be a good matchup. Hopefully the Mavs are good in the future. We head to the 6th. It'll be Ruiz, Wood, and Chaparro. So we head to the 6th inning. Thanks to everyone for tuning in here. So we go, top of the 6th. So we got plenty of people in here hanging out. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Nationals will be back at home this Friday, but they got a 3-game series here in Boston. Now, you got to be thinking, how can they play this series best? How can they get the runs on the board in a small stadium, too? I feel like you can consider this a small stadium. It is home run friendly, so you got to work. So we head to the top of the 6th inning. Keibert Ruiz will step onto the mound, up to the plate to face Suarez here from the right side. 276 average, 6 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Suarez steps onto the rubber. He goes to the line. First pitch here, and that's outside ball 1. So, shout out to my grandmom for listening. Thank you, Grandma, for tuning in. Here's the 1-0, and that's in there, called strike 1. Thank you to my grandma for tuning into tonight's ball game. And my grandbob, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better, grandbob. I hope you get better soon. But shout out to grandma for listening. This will be a 1-1 here. Suarez, the one, but hope you get better, grandbob. Here's the 1-1. Ruiz takes a change up low and out, ball 2 to be a 2-1 count now. Or that was just out. 2-1 here with no outs in the top of the 6th inning. Suarez into the line. Here's the 2-1, and that's low, ball 3. It'll be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 here. Ruiz up to the plate. 66 pitches now for Suarez. That pitch count, not bad at all. 66 pitches in the 6th. He's looking good. The 3-1. Suarez in the line. Here's the pitch. Ruiz swinging a line drive into left field. Leaping attempt by Cheng, but that's into left field for a base hit. So Keibert Ruiz has the second hit of the day. From the right side, he gets himself a knock. So the Nationals have a base runner here in the top of the 6th inning. The Nationals are getting something going. Ruiz with a nice base hit. Ruiz once again flying under the radar lately. So now runner on first here for Big James Wood to come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a bomb. Suarez sets. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood swinging a miss at a lone out slider and no 1 count. I was complaining about Wood in the leadoff spot a little bit before this, and then he did that. So it'll be an 0-1 here. Here's the pitch to James Wood. Wood takes his fastball outside to be a 1-1 count. Ooh, looks like I got a notification. Wow, Germany's out? Oh, that's crazy. Germany eliminated from the World Cup. Wow. Got that notification from ESPN. Germany's eliminated. Here comes the 1-1. Wood swinging a miss, and it's a 1-2 count. USN had messaged me, and I already got it. Breaking news, Germany's back. I got it, too. I got the notification after he put that message in. Honestly, I don't really care as much about it. As long as USA does decently well, I don't really care. Suarez sets. Here comes the 1-2 to Wood. Wood takes a slider low and out, and it'll be a 2-2 count now. As long as they do decently well. That's all I really care for. This will be a 2-2. I care more about baseball. World Baseball Classic, I was into it. I was doing math on how we could get into the tournament. Here comes the 2-2 to Wood. Wood takes a sinker just outside ball 3, so it'll be a 3-2 count. We'll get an ABS here, and I think that will be called strike 3, though. But we're going to get an ABS here. Here we go. Narvaez ABS'd it, and it is a strike. So the Red Sox win yet another challenge, and Wood is down looking. Strikeout number 8 for Ranger Suarez. More paint. 8 strikeouts now. Wood goes down looking this time. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a bomb. But Suarez painting that outside corner again. Wow. Man. So that is out number 2, or out number 1. That'll bring up Andres Chaparro. So once again, they win a challenge. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. That's another ball 1. But once again, the Red Sox win another challenge. Man. And that's not the right sound effect. There we go. We could play that sound effect for Chaparro's batting average at 143, but he's got some pop to him. Doesn't have any home runs just yet. Here's the 1-0. Chaparro takes a cutter inside, ball 2. Chaparro's the type of guy that just randomly hits a home run. Randomly. And in AAA, he dominates. He hits danks in AAA. When he goes down to AAA, he's their best hitter. We saw that last year. We called some Red Wings games. The 2-0. Chaparro swings and just pops this one up, but it will get out of play, so it'll be a 2-1 count. Thought he got more of that one, and we were on the subject of bombs. One out here, Ruiz stands at first. No threat really for Ruiz to go. But 2-1 here with 1 out. Chaparro up to the plate. 75 pitches for Suarez. It'll be a 2-1 here. Suarez sets. The 2-1 to Chappie Chaparro. Here's the pitch. Chaparro swings and lines this one down the left field line, and that one is foul. Just barely foul. So it'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2 here with 1 out. Left fielder flips it up to a fan. That's Duran. Flips it up to a fan, I believe. So Chaparro broke his bat. He's going to need a new bat now, and he's going to apply some pine tar. It'll be a 2-2 here with 1 out on the top of the 6th. He applies new pine tar and is now ready to go against Ranger Suarez. I mean, I don't know how many Red Sox fans there are, but there's a good amount of Nationals fans here, too, even though we do wear similar colors. Nationals and Red Sox both have a mane of red, white, and blue, but you never know. Maybe there's a lot of Nats fans we don't know about. So it'll be a 2-2 here. Here's the pitch from Suarez to Chaparro, and that's down low with a changeup, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-2 count now. 3-2 with 1 out. Red Sox trail by 5. Really, or Nationals trail by 5. You just got to be thinking, how can you chip away at this lead any way you can? It'll be a 3-2 here. Suarez sets. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. He delivers. Swinging a ground ball. This is up the middle. That's a base hit to left center. Up the middle. Looks like Ruiz is going to stop at second, but the Nats are in business offensively. They got a couple runners on here with 1 out. A couple slower runners in Chaparro and Ruiz, but Andres Chaparro delivers here with 1 out and a base hit. Suarez tried to go inside on him and low, but Chaparro seemed to know he wanted it. Just ropes that one up the middle, right back where it came from. That's a base knock. So now there's runners at first and second here with 1 out. And that'll bring up Curtis Mead. 1 out here. And Mead up to the plate. Mead, a dangerous hitter lately. And he's over 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Mead takes a cutter high and out. Ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count here. I think Nationals, if they're not going to win this game, you might as well make it close. Put runs on the board. Chip away at them. Stress them out. If you're not thinking about today, at least think about tomorrow. Here's the 1-0, and Mead swings and lines this one to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Ruiz is going to stop at third here, but that one was fielded on a hop by the center fielder, Rafaela. Same kind of play like Young, where he could have made the catch. Instead, he plays it off of one quick hop. And now the bases are loaded here. Mead lines one back where it came from to center field. Hit pretty decently out there. Now there are the bases loaded, and CJ Abrams coming to the plate, who can change this with a swing. So, man, they continue to just rake here. Now 3 hits for the Nationals. Suarez thought he caught it. Then Suarez picks off the throw. So Rangers Suarez here will face Abrams with the bases loaded. So now pitching coach will come out and talk to Suarez. Interim pitching coach of the Red Sox. Umpire will come break it up. 1 out here, and the bases loaded for CJ Abrams. CJ could do some damage right here. Could change the game right here if he hits a ball hard. Excuse me here. Excuse me, I had to go off camera for a second, but here we go. 1 out and CJ up to the plate. CJ Abrams here. Here's the pitch. And Abrams takes a slider in there called strike one. One swing changes. Yeah, one swing can change it all. It'd be an 0-1 here with 1 out. It'd be nice if CJ could swing it. Here's the pitch. Abrams takes a fastball outside, ball once. That evens up the count at 1. Remember, guys, I am watching this live, but for the other people in the chat who are watching this for play-by-play, no spoilers in the chat. Let me make the call. Just no spoilers. It'll be a 1-1 here. Suarez sets. Here's the pitch. Abrams takes a sinker low and in. It'll be a 2-1 count. What is up? I think that's Jeff is here. He says, hey, District Nation. Or Jake, sorry. Jake says, how you doing? Will the Nats come back? Let's see. Oh, yeah, here's the 2-1. Abrams swings and grounds this one. Down the line. That is fair towards the corner. Ruiz is going to score. Rumbling around third is Chaparro. He's going to score. It's going to be a 6-3 game. Meade's going to stop at third. New ball game, everybody. The Nationals get 2 more. Abrams with a double down the line. It's now a 6-3 game. CJ Abrams delivers. Ranger Suarez went to the breaking ball inside, and Abrams didn't need a monster swing. He just grounds that one down the line for a base hit, and it went off that side wall that's kind of angled out towards the field. It did provide 2 runs, and Abrams now stands at second, and Meade now stands at third. It's now the Red Sox 6, and the Nationals 3. Scoring from second on the play is Meade. Scoring from third is Nunez. Here's the pitch to Cruz, and that's up and in, ball 1. So that's Ruiz on base. So Ruiz scores from third, Meade from second. Meade is on third, and Chaparro scores. So it'll be Cruz here with runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Cruz checks swing. Did he go? Yes, says the home plate umpire. But now there's a runner at third here. A fly ball can change this game a little bit. Really, anything changes this game. Meade now stands at third here after his base hit to center. And Abrams on second. We'll get the NATS in a second. Here comes the 1-1 here to Cruz. And Cruz swings and fouls this one back. Oh, well, look at that. Yep. Here we go, everybody.
N-A-T-S, Nats, woo! N-A-T-S, Nats, woo!
Yep. Just there, Abrams changes the game a little bit. There you go. Obviously, I'm doing everything I can to take my mind off the Yankees. Of course, it'd be nice to see the Nats win this one. Oh, that is awesome. Jake, thanks for tuning in, man. It'd be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch to Cruz. Cruz takes a curveball in the dirt ball, too. Now, 2 runners are in scoring position for this National squad. See if they can capitalize on that. Looks like Danny Colombi's in the bullpen. Number 67, a lefty arm out there. 2-2 here with 1 out. Suarez steps onto the rubber. He looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. The 2-2 here to Cruz. Here's the pitch. Cruz takes a sinker inside. Ball 3 gets away from the catcher. Meade is going to stay at third, though. So that one gave a scare to the Red Sox there, but it'll be a 3-2 count now. On deck here's JY, who can also change a game with a nice hack. JY has shown that he has power. So 3-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Anything can change right here. A game can change with 1 swing, and I love that about baseball. So it'll be 3-2 here with 1 out. It's not like basketball where it takes a lot. Football takes a while, but a whole long drive here. It can change the 3-2. Cruz swings and lines this one. Caught by the second baseman. Oh, dang, man. Siegler's there to make the catch. Towards the hole, he makes the catch for out number 2. So nothing doing there for the Nats there. Cruz can't get it done. But there's 2 outs. Abrams looked like he might get over the hole, but there's 2 outs now. Yeah, well, look at that. I love that message. Well, look at that. Yep. Just 2 more. Slowly chip away. It's a 3-run game. Now to be JY. And Young swinging a miss and a curveball. It's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. 1 swing, then we are tied. Yeah, I don't want to think like that because we don't have... we got JY up to the plate who has potential to do that, but we got to chip away at this lead. Here comes the 0-1. And Young swinging a foul down the right field line to be an 0-2 count. That had some pop to it, though. If he waits a little bit, if he gets a little bit earlier on that, he could go Oppo Taco here. Young has gone Oppo Taco home runs before to right center, maybe deeper towards right, but Some of his home runs have been out there, though. His first home run was a pull home run at Nationals Park on Father's Day 2024. That was his first bomb. So be 0-2 here. Suarez sets. Here comes the pitch to JY. Young takes a curveball in the dirt, ball one, so to be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Meade stands at third. Abrams over there at second here with 2 outs. Coming set is Suarez. It'll be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch. Young takes a curveball in the dirt, ball 2, so to be a 2-2 count now. 2-2 here with 2 outs. 2 runners on base. It'll be a deuces situation right here. But we're chipping away at the lead. We're going to probably get into their bullpen. They're going to have to bring out a lefty arm. But that can also let us keep our righties in. And then if they go to a righty, we can send the lefties in. You got Lyle waiting to pinch hit here, who is a dangerous hitter. This will be a 2-2. Here comes the pitch to Young. Young swinging a chopper right back to Suarez. He'll throw it to first in time. It'll be a 1-3 put away for out number 3. So Nationals can't get anything going there at the end of it, but they do get 2 more on the board. So they chip away at that lead. They get 2 runs on the board. They get 4 hits in the inning. So they finally start making some contact their third time through the order. They get 4 hits, and they leave 2 on base. So we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Nationals 3 and the Boston 6 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Now you got to hold them. You got to think bullpen now. What bullpen arm will give them the best chance to come back, hold this lead to 3, and make the Red Sox go to the bullpen as well? That's the really important thing here. Abracadabra, alakazam, hit a home run. So bottom of the 6th we go. It'll be Siegler, Narvaez, and Chang. Whoever stays out there in the game. Maybe Meatball goes out there for a 6th inning. He'll have the bottom of the order. But the bottom of the order also is 3 for 6 against him. Or 3 for 5 because they have a sac fly out there too. So everyone has done something productive against Meatball at the bottom of the order. Siegler has 2 hits. Narvaez has a sac fly RBI. And Chang has a single. So it's not like the bottom of this order is not doing well. Maybe we do go to, maybe not Cornelio by this situation because now we're thinking comeback. Maybe we go to someone else. I think it'd be smart. Maybe go to a guy who's going to give you 2 innings. That's the thing. Maybe Lovelady. Well, Lovelady's on the IL now. I forgot. Richard Lovelady's on the injured list now. 10-day. I think he's on the 10-day, though. He's not on the 15-day. So far, it looks like Meatball's going to be back out there, but we don't know just yet. But the Nationals do get 2 more on the board on an Abrams double. And since you saw it, looks like Meatball is going to be back out there for a 6. But since you saw it, you know to vote Abrams. You saw. He has power to drive runners in. So Meatball has given up 9 hits today. 2 of them are home runs. The 2 home runs were to a sweeper and a 4-seamer that were very in the zone. Basically middle. So both the home runs were middle. He's been working a little bit on the outer half, maybe a little bit lower, but they're hitting the ball. That's the thing. They're just hitting it. So we go to be Siegler here first. Meatball into the line. First pitch to Siegler. That's going to be check swing down the third base line, but foul to be an 0-1 count. Can't get that one. So it'll be 0-1 here. Looks like the Red Sox still winning the poll. 31 pitches for Meatball in the first, then 17 in the second, 13 in the third, 12 in the fourth, 5 in the fifth, though. So he's gotten progressively more efficient. The 0-1 is going to clip the outside part of the zone. It's an 0-2 count. He had 5 pitches there in the fifth. That's probably why he's back out there for the 6. He's only 80 pitches here. Single and a double so far for Siegler with a 371 average while he's been up in the big leagues. He's been good in his stint up here at the major league level. It'll be an 0-2. Meatball into the wind. Here comes the 0-2 to Siegler. In the dirt, ball 1 with a curveball. So it'll be a 1-2 now. So 1-2 here with no outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nationals only trail by 3 now. This is not unattainable. This is very attainable now. So it'll be a 1-2. Meatball into the wind. Here comes the 1-2 here to Siegler. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, but Abrams is playing up the middle. He will fire to first in time for out number 1. So a ground ball up the middle, but Abrams is right where he needs to be. That's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Michaelis is pitching really efficiently now. 3rd time through the order. This team is 0 for 7. It's now to be Carlos Narvaez here, who's a 199 average with a couple home runs this season and 5 runs driven in. But 3rd time through the order, they're 0 for 7 here, which is really awesome. That's some awesome Andrew type of numbers. Meatball into the wind. First pitch to Narvaez. That's going to be high with a sinker, ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count. If he can do that, that's awesome. If you can go 0 for 9 your 3rd time through the order, now we know only bring him in when they're coming the third time through the order. This will be a 1-0 meatball. Into the line, here comes the pitch to Narvaez. Swinging a bloop out to right, but there is Cruz. He's under it, and Dylan Cruz makes the catch for out number 2. So now they're 0 for 8, and that's now 10 retired in a row from Meatball here. Going back to the third inning. They haven't had a hit since the third inning, surprisingly. So 4th, 5th, and 6th, he's cruising. He kind of had a hitter's adjustment here. First time through, he does really badly. Second time through, he adjusts. Only gives up 1 run through the second time through. Third time through, he's really got it. Kind of a hitter's type of approach. The pitch to Chang, and this one's grounded. Luis has it. Louis will flip it up to Michaelis in time for out number 3. Once again, Chang this time tries to dive into first, can't get it. So that's a 1-3 ground out in Meatball Michaelis. 0 for 9. They go their third time through. He goes 9 up, 9 down. The third time through the order. 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, they go 0 for 9, and that's their third time through the order. So we'll head to the 7th here. It is still Boston 6, Nationals 3, but they're starting to chip away, and Meatball is starting to settle in. Yeah, now it's looking a lot better. He had a hitter's adjustment. I like that. First time through the order, terrible. And that's obvious. Think of it as a hitter's AB. Let's say Miles Michaelis was a hitter today. First time through, he was K'd up on 3 pitches. He was not successful at all. Second time, he worked an AB. He had a productive out. He moved a runner. Third time through, he hit a home run. That is what I'm seeing here. And I think we should take him out because we got the best out of him. We got 7 ground balls, a line out, and a fly out from Meatball Michaelis. Soft contact. That's the best you're going to get out of him. And the first couple times through, he struck out 3 guys. The second time through, he doesn't do that. He gets the out, soft contact, and he was efficient with the pitch count. He was looking a lot better during that third time through, and I think it was a hitter's type of adjustment. And the Nationals offense, looking good their third time through as well. They're just starting their third time through. They got 3 hits so far. So I think the Red Sox are going to have to pivot here in the 7th. They might have to go to the bullpen as we head to the 7th inning. Nationals only trail by 3 here. Anything can happen now. This game is way different than it was in the first and third inning even as we head to the 7th. Looks like they may leave him out there. Chang down on 1 pitch. Narvaez down on 1 pitch Narvaez was not down on 1 pitch. There's no way he was as well. He was down on 2 pitches, and Senger was down on 4 pitches. That was a very quick, very efficient inning as we head to the top of the 2nd. Looks like we are going to get a pinching change here. Suarez is done after 6 innings. Danny Colombi will take over. Spelled like Columbus at first. Coulombe. Colombi. So Suarez ends up working 6 innings. He gives up only 5 hits. That's the thing, 5 hits. Now Colombi, the righty, will face Louis to get this one started. 3 runs, all 3 earned. Colombi sets. Here's the pitch to Garcia, and Garcia takes a cutter outside. Ball 1. It'll be a 1-0 count. No walks issued and 8 strikeouts. So a good outing for Suarez. It's a quality start as Colombi will take over here. He sets. Here's the pitch, and Garcia takes another cutter outside. Ball 2. Colombi taking over here. He has a cutter, a sinker, a sweeper, a fastball, and a knuckle curve. He's 0-2 with a 4.50 ERA over his 18 innings worked. The 2-0 here to Garcia. Garcia takes a cutter, low and outside. Ball 3. So 3 pitches, 3 balls. Ball 3. Ball 3. It's going to be a 3-0 here, top of the 7th inning. Nationals only trail by 3 now. This is very attainable now, so it'll be a 3-0. Colombi sets. It'll be a 3-0 to Louis. With the way he's been hitting, I bet he does have the green light. Here's the pitch. Louis takes a fastball upstairs. Ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk is how Colombi gets his outing going. It's funny, Luis Garcia Jr.'s transformation. His first 79 games last year, he had a 269. This year, he has a 279. He had 7 home runs last year. He has 16 this year. 41 RBIs last year, 55 this year. The 307 is the same, his on base is completely the same, but over 100-point difference on the OPS, 719 to 850. He has gotten a lot better. Here's the first pitch to Nunez, and Nunez takes a cutter right in there, called strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count. I think Nunez has to have a quality AB right here. That's all he can really wait for here. Nunez, this is a dude who just looks a lot better in 2026 than he did in 2025. His coming set is Colombi. Here's the 0-1 to Nunez. Nunez takes a sinker in there, called strike 2. Last year, he only played 39 games last year because he was in AAA for most of the time. And when he came up, he didn't really get a great outing. 19 hits, 2 doubles, no triples, 4 home runs, 13 knocked in. Comes out to a 232 average. So we 0-2 here to Nunez. Here's the pitch. Nunez swinging a foul off to be 0-2 count. So we have more time to talk about him. This year, 80 games. So adding it up, he played in the start of his career 90 games to start his career in 2024 and 25. And he played 80 this year. He's a starter this year. In his 238 at-bats this year, he has 56 hits, 4 doubles, 3 triples, no home runs, 27 knocked in, 28 walks drawn. That's a 235 average. Here's the 0-2 to Nunez. He delivers. Nunez check swing foul off. Oof, that's off of the catcher now. Got him on the chest, and his chest protector was not there to get him. So it'll be 0-2 again here. So umpire will give Narvaez some time to breathe and figure it out. Let's check where it got him is here on the replay. Ooh, it got him right in the groinal area. Ooh, that's why the umpire gave him some room. Give him some real breathing room. Ooh, that is not fun to get hit. You do not want to get hit there, especially as a catcher. Hope he's wearing a cup. So it'll be 0-2 here. Colombi sets the pitch to Nunez. He delivers. Nunez takes a sinker upstairs, ball 1. It's a 1-2 count. Well, the tying run is on deck right now. Just so you know, the tying run stands on deck. That's what this game is now. Wow. So it'll be 1-2 here. Colombi sets. Here's the pitch to Nunez. And Nunez takes a knuckle curve in the dirt ball, too. Catcher Narvaez had to pop up quickly with that one. Or are they saying it's 3-2? What? It's a 2-2 count. I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, it's a 2-2 count. I don't know what they're saying with 3-2 on the scoreboard. I will say you're the best play-by-play guy I know, sir. Thank you, USN. That's very nice of you to say. Thank you for saying those kind words. It'll be a 2-2 here to Nunez, not 3-2. Here's the 2-2. Inside and low, ball 3, so it's a 3-2 count now. What? Are they saying he walked? That is not a walk. So I guess it was a 3-2 count. So Nunez is going to take a walk. So the pitcher is arguing the same thing I am, 3 balls. He's saying it's ball 3. Nunez jogging over to first. The umpires will come to talk about this one, but we can just go and watch the replay to look for the pitches. They're saying Nunez is on first. That would bring the tying run to the plate in K-Bert, but all the umpires now talking here. What the heck? How do we not know the count? We can go back and watch the game to see how many pitches were thrown. We can go back and do that. They're really calling this. Go to the video room and ask where he is. That's all you got to do. It is not that hard. As Garcia Jr. now stands at first, he could be at second here, Nunez at first. I thought it was a 2-2 count. I swear it's a 2-2 count. Let's go. New subscriber now, 512. Let's go. Thank you so much to that new subscriber. Chad Tracy's saying it's a 3-2 count. So Chad Tracy's arguing heavily here. Umpire wants to talk about it. Can we not just go back and watch the film? But now their umpires will talk again. I think, why don't we just go back and watch film? Umpires, they're going to go to the video room. Just watch the game. Go back, rewind about a minute, watch the at-bat, and we should be fine. So they're going to discuss that as USN asks if you could only call one game for the rest of your life besides the Nats winning the World Series, what would it be? Ooh, one game? One game. The game, no, that's not a good one. Let's go, I was going to say the game this year where Wood, House, and Abrams had 3 home runs, but yeah, they're rewatching the plays now. They're going through and watching the plays. They're quickly rewinding. They really are having to go back and watch it, but it should be 3-2. I'm arguing it's 3-2. I'm with the Red Sox here, but one game for the rest of my career. That's a really good question. Let's go 4th of July game, 2024. Jake okay, I feel like this is cheating, but World Series Game 6. I feel like that may be cheating. But World Series Game 6, 2019. World Series Game 6. Do-over. Yep, do-over. So they are going through and rewinding this entire game to try to figure out what's going on. They're really just going back and watching it again to see what's going on. I think they're going to end up just saying stay on first. But do-over. Yep, do-over. I think if I could call one game, I'd go World Series Game 6 because that was a good game too. Steven Strasburg works 8 1/3. I know Mr. C remembers that entire World Series run. I believe he said he was at a few of the games. So let's hurry this up. Looks like they got an arm up in the pen. A guy who pitched yesterday. One of the arms that pitched yesterday, I believe that's Guerrero. He pitched yesterday. I believe. So are they saying he gets first? Okay, so it's a 3-2 count. Thank you. I believed it was a 3-2 count. Nunez probably thought it was a 3-2 count. So he's going to have to take another ball if he wants to draw a walk or if he wants something else. So it will be a 3-2 count. For me, it'd be Browns versus Packers last year. So it'll be 3-2 here. No outs, top of the 7th inning. It'll be 3-2, no outs, top of the 7th. Let's go, everybody. Let's see if we can do it. So Colombi here with 11 pitches in the top of the 7th inning. Nationals desperately trying to get something going here. Colombi looks in for his sign. Looking in. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 3-2 here to Smoonez. Now he's cold, though. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a ground ball down the left field line, but foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. So 3-2 still. I was at 1, the first home game of the series. Such an odd series since in every game the home crowd was disappointed. Oh, yeah. Definitely. It would have been cool to win one at home. Win 1 or 2 in D.C., so there's still not a World Series win, a game win in D.C., only in Houston. The 3-2. And Nunez swings and grounds his one. Third baseman has it. Goes to second. In time for 1. To first. In time for 2. So we go from a first and second with no outs to 2 outs. What are we doing, umpires? You got to be better than that. You can't do that. You need to know the count. That is the umpire's fault. They need to know the count from the beginning so we aren't saying there's runners at first and second with no outs to 2 outs and no runners on. If Ruiz hits a home run here, the game would be tied, but no, we're only going to be down by 2. Nunez was hustling it out down the line, but he can't beat it out. So, there you go. Here's the pitch to Ruiz, and Ruiz swings and lines this one down the left field line, but foul into the dugout. Oof. Got some people in the media area. They all look banged up. So we go. 2 outs here. And that will bring up Keibert Ruiz here on an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch, and Ruiz takes a sweeper down low, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Ha! Ooh. I'm going to have to go with the first option there. The 1-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a fastball high and up ball 2. There are other teams I'd want to win. I mean, I'd want to see a Mavericks championship. I'd want to see... What else? I'd want to see Commanders Super Bowl. I think that is very attainable. The Commanders could realistically win a Super Bowl as coming sets Colombi. Here's the 2-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a cutter inside ball 3. I think in a few years the Nationals will do it. And I think at the same time, the Mavericks will do it in a few years. They're in a good rebuild mode. They're going to get much better. The Commanders are going to get much better. I think overall, all those teams have a star. So here comes the 3-1 to Ruiz. Ruiz takes a cutter right in there, called strike 2. It'll be a 3-2 count here. 3-2, 2 outs. The hypothetical runners on base will be going. But what's up? I am DC Nation TV. Thanks for tuning in, man. So we 3-2 here with 2 outs. Wood's on deck. He's 1 for 3. But do we really want Wood coming to the plate as the pitcher will step off here? Take a walk. So be 3-2, 2 outs. Coming set is Colombi. Here's the pitch. Ruiz swinging a pop-up to shallow center, going out to second baseman Siegler and the shortstop Chen. It'll be the second baseman Siegler to make the catch out there in center field. So that will end the inning. Not really 1, 2, 3 because they drew a walk, but that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. What to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch. Stand up and stretch, everybody. Go ahead and sing it. Take me out to the ball game, as we'll be back in a moment. How about being that the Iron Bowl when Auburn ran back in the missed field goal to win the game? Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. Yeah, that was an awesome moment. Auburn kick 6 was awesome. What a moment, Mr. C. Here we go, everybody. We're going to head to the 7th inning stretch. We'll be back in just a moment. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as we'll be back in just a moment. All right, here we go, everybody. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Thanks to everyone who stuck in. First pitch is going to be grounded down the line and foul. So Meatball is going to be out there for a 7th inning as Masataka Yoshida will hit here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-3 game, everybody. Nationals trail by 3. So we know 0-1 here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Yoshida swinging a foul off and it'll be an 0-2 count now. I love this, though. Yep, Auburn's going to win the football game. Iron Bowl, the game or Army versus Navy. Best CFB rivalry. So we go 0-2 here with no outs. Michaelis into the wind. Here comes the 0-2 to Yoshida. That's low and out. Ball 1 with the changeups to be a 1-2 here. 1 out or no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Meatball out there for 7th inning after he had a great third time through the order. 4th, 5th, and 6th were amazing. Here comes the 1-2 to Yoshida. Swinging a fly ball out to left, going back as Wood, but Wood is under it. He stays under it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nationals trying to hold him down. 7 innings. I feel like 7 innings of good work from Michaelis. Not what we're going to call this. I think we're going to take the fact that the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th, and the start of the 7th have been pretty good so far. Michigan v. Ohio State. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. So you 1 out here. Michaelis into the wind. Here's the first pitch to Sedan Rafaela. Swinging a fly ball foul to me 0-1 count. I mean, I'm the guy who, being forced to choose between a night spring training game and the college football championship, chances are I'm picking the spring training game. I think I'm getting out to spring training this year. That's going to be cool, though. Here comes the 0-1 to Rafaela. And that's inside ball 1. That's something I've always wanted to do. Some people are like, oh, I want to go to an NFL game, or I want to go to the Super Bowl, or I want to do that. I want to go to spring training. Spring training's awesome. Get some autographs, meet some people. Here comes the 1-1 to Rafaela. Swinging a fly ball. Foul going to be a 1-2 count now. Talk to Foster Griffin a little bit. So do you 1-2 here with 1 out? 6-3 lead here for the Red Sox, but the Nationals trying to hold them down. Get ready for the 8th inning when they can have a rally. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Rafaela. That's way high. Ball 2 with a fastball. So that'll even up the count at 2-2. It'll be 2-2, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. We are done with the 7th inning stretch. Everyone has stretched up. We're going to sit this one for the rest of baseball. Here comes the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be fielded by the third baseman, Meade. On the hop. He fires to first. In time for out number 2. So Rafaela thought he beat that one, and that's out number 2. Meade was kind of slow with that play, but he still fired it to first, and the first base umpire, Lentz, at least said it was in time for out number 2. Meade, kind of slow with it, but he fired it to first and eventually picked out of the ground. Ooh, this one is close. I don't know. This one might end up standing. Oof. I think we're going to end up getting call stands if they do challenge it. Yeah, we're probably going to end up getting call stands. Yeah, I think it's probably a tie, so we're probably going to end up getting call stands here in this one. But no challenge here. So we're going to get 2 outs here, and here comes the first pitch to Wilyer Abreu, and that's going to be just inside ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. But still, that's now... We'll check on the meatball stretch, but I think, let's check here. That's 13 in a row retired. Here comes the 1-0 from Meatball. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says third base umpire Carapazza. That's Vic Carapazza over there at third. So we 1-1 here with 2 outs. Michaelis there. He's looking good. I think we need to use the opener. This is proof of why Michaelis needs the opener strategy. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball. This is going to be to Nunez. He backhands. He fires to first. In time. And now 4 innings of perfect baseball from Miles Michaelis from the 4th to the 7th inning. We head to the 8th, everybody. Miles Michaelis has had a great 4 through 7. Man. So, it's been great, District Nation. Mr. C, it's been great, District Nation. Sadly, the C's have an early AM call, so we'll have to catch you next time. Wednesday game. Wednesday day, right? Yes, so we're back tomorrow, Tuesday night as well, same time, but Wednesday afternoon game, matinee getaway, 1:35. Thank you so much for tuning in, Mr. and Mrs. C, coming in every stream. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's stream as well for as long as you did. So thank you so much. I'll see you later, Mr. and Mrs. C, and just for you, I'll play your favorite sound effect, Mr. C.
Hey, oh, let's go. Aye, oh, let's go.
So Wednesday afternoon game, then they're good tomorrow too. Yep. Tomorrow 7:10, and then Wednesday 1:35, which is going to be awesome. 1:35 game. So maybe some people will be tuning in from work. Wink, wink. Maybe we'll see some people tuning in from work. So we head to the top of the 8th. I know there's some big TVs there. In most offices, there's a giant TV that nothing is ever on. So not recommending anything, just saying. In every office, there's one giant TV that no one ever uses. So do with that you want. Goodbye, Mr. and Mrs. C. Have a great rest of your night. I hope to see you both very soon. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. C, for tuning in for the night. So we go, top of the 8th. Thanks to everyone who's hanging out with us for tonight's game. Oh, they're still doing the Captain America bobblehead. That's awesome. Sam Wilson, Captain America bobblehead. My favorite Captain America is Steve Rogers, but I don't want to bore you with the Marvel lore I have stuck in my head as we head to the top of the 8th. Big Marvel fan. That's the one thing about me. Big Marvel fan. So James Wood is going to lead off this inning. He already has a day. He already has a day going. I mean, he already has a bomb, so everything's going well for them so far. Tomorrow I'm expanding the Disney World a little bit. I'm seeing Toy Story 5 tomorrow, which I'm kind of excited for as we head to the top of the 8th. James Wood could use to get on base right here. So we're going to do a new arm here. It's going to be Jarren Duran here to take over for the Red Sox. I believe he was the one who blew yesterday's lead, though. So they're going to go back to him here in the 8th. Now a righty, first righty of the inning for the Red Sox. Guerrero sets. Here's the pitch to Wood. Wood swinging a foul off. It's 0-1 count on a 99-mile-an-hour sinker, and it's 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with no outs in the top of the 8th. I'll check it in. I think Guerrero, yes, had a scoreless 2/3 actually, and then Chapman blew the lead. Here comes the 0-1 to Wood. Wood takes a slider low and out ball, or high and out ball one, so it'll be a 1-1 count now. So 1-1 here in the top of the 8th. 258 is that average for Wood. I mean, not the best leadoff average, but he's in the double digits for homers, and he's at 21. The 1-1 here to Wood. Wood swings and chops this one foul, first base side. It'll be a 1-2 count. So another foul ball, and it'll be 1-2 here. 1-2 here with no outs in the top of the 8th inning. Thanks to everyone for tuning in as you please in and out. But Nationals trying to make some noise here as it'll be a 1-2. Guerrero sets. Here's the pitch to James Wood. He delivers. Wood swings and fouls off an 101-mile-an-hour sinker up in the zone. How do you get a piece of that one? So that evens up the count at 1-2. James Wood up to the plate here with no outs in the top of the 8th inning. James Wood's got a lot of facial hair going. Maybe he just wants that later in his career. It'll be a 1-2. Guerrero sets. Here's the pitch to Wood. That's in the dirt. Ball 2 with a changeup. Gets away from the catcher, so it'll be a 2-2 count now. New ball put into play by Moscoso, the home plate umpire. The funny thing is, Guerrero's velo, he's up to 96 with a fastball today. The sinker's been up to 103, and the slider's been up to 95. So he throws hard, that's the thing. But the sinker is the hard ball. So it'll be a 2-2 here. Maybe he likes movement on his faster pitches. Guerrero brings his hands up high before he comes set, then brings them down a little lower. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. And a 101-mile-an-hour sinker. Wood's down swinging. So that is out number 1 here in the 8th inning on a strikeout for Jarren Duran. Those are right in the zone, kind of challenged him that time, and Wood loses the battle. So that'll bring up now Andres Chaparro, who is not able to pinch hit because Louis is in the game. Andres, the DH, said he could have pinch hit Tenna here. Or yes, they will. They'll pinch hit Tenna here with 1 out to send up a lefty. Here's the pitch. And Tenna swinging a foul tip into the glove, and it's no 1 count. So Tenna's going to pinch hit for Chaparro here in the top of the 8th. Send a lefty up to the plate. 221 average, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in through Tenna's first few games with the team this year. Into the 60s, actually, with games. Here's the 0-1. Tenna swings and fouls this one off left field side, so we 0-2 count now. 0-2 here with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Tenna trying to battle. I wonder if they'll send up a pinch hitter from Meade. Maybe they'll pinch hit Vivas to send a lefty up to the plate. But Meade's just been so good lately. Looks like a kid got that ball. Duran flips it up to a kid. So it'll be 0-2 here. Guerrero's shaking his head as he comes set. Maybe he wants a different sign. He's got what he wants now. It'll be 0-2 here to Tenna. Here's the pitch to Jose Tena. He delivers. Check swing. Did he go? They're going to want a challenge because they say he didn't go. So they're going to want an ABS here. So catcher Carlos Narvaez uses another ABS. We'll see what we get here on an 0-2. The pitch is high. So Narvaez messes up the challenge. And the Red Sox finally miss a challenge to the Red Sox fans. Oof. The Red Sox are now down to one challenge after that loss. So we 1-2 here with one out. Guerrero sets. Here's the pitch to Jose Tena. He delivers. Tena swinging a miss at a slider low and away. So Tena can kind of run down the first base line, but he won't anyway. So 2 strikeouts now for Guerrero. 2 set down swinging, and that'll bring up Curtis Mead in the order. We'll see if they pinch hit for him. Man, Guerrero going to work here in the 8th. So I believe Curtis Mead's back up. I'll see if it's a pinch hitter here. I wouldn't be too shocked, but they will leave Curtis Mead up there. Yep, 224 average for Mead. 14 home runs this season. He's 1 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a hit today. Guerrero comes set. Here's the pitch to Curtis Mead. Mead takes a sinker right in there, called strike one at 103 miles an hour. What are you looking for by that point? I mean, taking it right down the middle. 103 on that radar gun. Here comes the 0-1 to Mead. He delivers. Inside, ball 1 with a slider. So that evens up the count at 1-1. I'm just happy this guy isn't pitching in the 9th because they can't touch him. I mean, will they really realistically leave Meatball out there for the 8th inning, though? Just let him get bit for the entire game? I mean, the past few innings, he's really settled in. But he'll have the heart of the lineup up in the 8th. Here comes the 1-1 to Mead. Mead swings and chops this one. Third baseman has to charge it, and he bare hands, and he bobbles it. There's going to be a runner on base for the Nationals. There you go. Third baseman Duran came charging in, and Mead successfully gets on base. We'll see what the call is here. They're going to give him a single for now. He probably would have beat it anyway. We'll see if that changes over the next period of time. But the Nationals catch a break. So Curtis Mead has a little chopping base knock. He runs out. So little bloop chopper. Third baseman comes charging in who's playing deep. And that's a base knock. So 2 outs here and Curtis Mead's on base. With 2 outs now bring up CJ Abrams, who has an RBI at the pitch. And Abrams takes a sinker at 100 inside ball 1. Abrams is 1 for 3 on the day. Got a couple RBIs as well. Coming set is Guerrero. Mead doesn't even have a lead yet as Guerrero finally comes set. Here's the 1-0 to Abrams. And Abrams swings and hits this one out to center. Going back to center fielder on the run. And Rafaela makes the catch. Ugh. So Rafaela makes the catch route number 3, and that will end the inning. 1 hit, no runs, 1 man left on base. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 hit, 1 runner left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It is still the Nationals 2, or National 3, Red Sox 6. I mean, leads half of what you scored all game. You got to score everything you've scored all game in the 9th inning now. Great. So we head to the bottom of the 8th. We'll see who's on the mound for the Nats. Come on, boys. This is the best offense in the league, and we have 3 runs on a team that is not known for holding teams to 3 runs. They just swept the Yankees and could extend that lead to 5 games now. So we head to bottom of the 8th. Don't even go to the bullpen by this point. Just give them a rest. Just keep Meatball in the game. There is no use in going to the bullpen. I mean, Zach Kent was warming up, but it's a 3-run game. Meatball's cruising. He's retired 13 in a row. Or now it's 15 in a row. He has retired 15 in a row. Why take him out by this point? And he's getting ground balls, too. He's getting ground ball outs. Soft contact, and they're not hitting it. Might as well just leave him in. I mean, can it really be that bad? If anything goes wrong, if he gives up a hit, might as well just go to Zach Kent by that point. But here you're facing Monasterio, Duran, and Durbin. Might as well stick with them. And these guys total have 2 hits, and they're both bombs, though, off of Meatball. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. No changes of late just yet. Michaelis is still listed as the pitcher. Andrew Monasterio pinch hit today, or was put into the field after Wilson Contreras was ejected from the game. He was put into the game. Looks like Zach Kent will take over. What? That is the thing. We're getting cooked anyway. Might as well just leave him out there. As Zach Kent will take over here in the 8th after an outing by Michaelis that we'll question for a little while. 9 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned. He didn't walk anybody and only had 3 strikeouts total. We'll talk about this after the game. We'll talk about the outing a little bit deeper so you can get that. But Zach Kent will take over now for the Nationals. a righty out of the bullpen, called up after a guy was sent down, I believe. He was called up when who was sent to the aisle from? I know Palmquist and someone else. It was Cornelio. Cornelio and Palmquist were called up today. It's 7 games for Kent, a 5.23 ERA. Kent sets. He'll pitch to Andrew Monasterio here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low and out. Ball 1 with an 87-mile-an-hour slider, so it'll be a 1-0 here with no outs in the bottom of the 8th. I think it was good because later in the outing, Meatball started to look much better. Here comes the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball. This one is going to be into foul ground, and this one will get out of play, so Ruiz doesn't have a play. So it'll be a 1-1. 1-1 here with no outs, and Ruiz will throw that ball away. That's the thing. Now we got to start talking about why we should have used the opener today. Sure, maybe we didn't have the best arm to do it. Carson Palmquist did well when he was the opener. And Meatball, and Palmquist has also shown that he can pitch 4 innings when he does it, 3-4 innings. Meatball started doing well in the 3rd inning. As here comes the 1-1 from Kent. That is in there, called strike 2 to the curveball. Why can't Palmquist give you a good 2 1/3, and then Meatball comes in and does what Meatball does? And we're going to talk about that more after this game at some point. Here comes the 1-2 to Monasterio from Kent. Just upstairs with a slider ball to, oh my gosh, Ruiz is challenging that. That was out of the zone, and K-Bert's challenging it. So the Nationals are going to lose their challenge. This will be a 2-2 here. That was definitely out of the zone. Yep. How off was it? Ruiz, that was, you had to move your glove, so chances are it wasn't a strike. That one is off by 2.5 inches. It's now a 2-2 count. Call is confirmed. The Nationals are now out of challenges. Been using that one a lot today. A lot of disappointment today. But it'll be a 2-2 here. Kent comes set. Here comes the 2-2 to Andrew Monasterio from Kent. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball fouled on the third base line. We'll do 2-2 again. He was a day early on that one, so it'll be 2-2. For the Nationals in the top of the 9th, it'll be Cruz, Young, and Garcia. For the Nationals, they'll have their hottest hitter in Louis come up to the plate. Put 2-2 here with no outs in the bottom of the 8th. Kent comes set. Here comes the 2-2 to Monasterio. Swinging a fly ball out to right, but that one's going to get out of play, so we'll do 2-2 again here. Bottom of the 8th, everybody. Nationals trail by 3 here in Boston, Massachusetts, Fenway Park. We're not there. We're in studio right now, but still calling the game. So it'll be 2-2 here. Kent comes set. It'll be a 2-2 here to Monasterio. Here's the pitch from Kent, who's on 6 pitches now. In the dirt, ball 3 with a curveball. So now it's a 3-2 count. 3-2 here and no outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's hope we win with some sort of W here. Maybe it's not we win, but let's win with some sort of W here. Get something to take home with us to tomorrow. It's like White Sox and Orioles in the top of the 9th. White Sox have a 6-2 lead in Baltimore. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball. This one is out towards left center. Coming in is Wood and Young. 4 guys are out there, and it's going to be Jacob Young. They're going to all defer to Jacob Young to make the catch. There was a square formed there between Nunez, Young, Abrams, and Wood. 4 guys out there. Young was the most vocal, so he was the one given the opportunity. Looks like Pirates have an 8-7 lead on the Phillies in the end of the 8th. Tigers beating the Yankees 7-0 through 8 innings. Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead on the Mets in the top of the 9th inning. Rangers beating the Guardians 4-3. 1 out here. Here's the pitch to Jarren Duran. That's going to be a curveball in there. Called strike 1. Clips the low and out part of the zone. It's an 0-1 count. See, that's when you'd use a challenge. We didn't call that one because it barely clipped. Looks like the Reds are beating the Brewers 3-0 as Kent looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Duran. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Yes, he did, says third base umpire Vic Carapaz. It's no 2 count. That was a low and in curveball in the dirt. They're going to say Duran went. Looks like the Padres are beating the Cubs 2-1 in the top of the 5th. Twins beating the Astros 2-1 after 5 innings. Rockies have a 3-2 lead on the Marlins in the top of the 3rd inning. Dodgers and Athletics about to get underway in a few, maybe 15 minutes. Same with the Angels, Mariners, and same with the Giants and D-backs. So 0-2 here as Kent looks in for his sign. He comes set. 0-2 here to Duran. Here's the pitch to Duran. He delivers in the dirt, ball 1 with a curveball. So it'll be a 1-2 now. 1-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh, what's up? Rhino's here. Let's go, DN. Like number 16. Let's go. Thank you. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off to be 1-2. Thank you, Rising Rhino, for tuning in. Rhino is a channel that if you need anything football, everybody, if you need anything football related, go to Rising Rhino. College, NFL, UFL, CFL, EFL, anything you need, go to Rising Rhino. He'll get you right with football, play-by-play, watch parties, anything you need is over there at the Rising Rhino channel. I love tuning in during football season, get his takes. I know he's not a Commanders fan, but he still gives awesome takes. It'll be 1-2 here. Ken, looking in for his sign. Well, they're going to give him the pitch comm as he comes set. It'll be a 1-2 here to Duran. Here's the pitch to Duran from Kent. Swinging a miss on a slider low and in. Kent sets him down, and Duran is down swinging for out number 2. So 2 quick outs there. Duran down swinging on a slider low and in, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Wow, good slider there. Goes low and in with it. Gets Duran to swing at it and chase, so that's 2 outs. That'll bring up Caleb Durbin now, 1 for 3 with a bomb. Hey, you know it, buddy. Let's go. Rhino is one of the best football guys there is. So coming set is Kent. Now a righty-righty matchup. Kent versus Durbin. Here's the pitch. That's high ball 1 with a fastball. Want to be a 1-0 count now here with 2 outs. Hoping to do probably most of the Commanders games this season besides Sunday, Monday, and Thursday nights. But everything else, we're going to do Commanders football. We'll do all the preseason games, get you ready, give my best takes, get the content pushed. Here comes the 1-0 from Ken. Swing and a miss at a slider, and it's a 1-1 count. But baseball is the main sport over here because it's the summer sport. And it's the sport I know the most about. But 1-1 here with 2 outs. Durbin at the plate against Ken. Nationals, if they lose this, they fall back to the 500 mark. Here comes the 1-1 from Ken. Here's the pitch. Low ball 2 with a slider, and it'll be a 2-1 count. So 2-1 here with 2 outs. I think just a fun fact here. Rising Rhino is subscriber number 8, I think. He was low on the totem pole when it came to subscribers, but now he's up here living high, and it's up and in ball 3. I believe I put him in the shout-out. Did I forget to put him in the shout-out? Oh, no. I forgot to put Rhino in the shout-out. Man, that is one I'm ashamed. I am so sorry, Rhino. I think I forgot to put you in the shout-out when I made my post for 500 subs. So to be 3-1 here with 2 outs. Man, here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 4, so Durbin's going to take a walk. Rhino, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to act. Oh, I did at him. Okay, I did at him. There we go. So Kent walks a man. There's a runner on first here, and Siegler will come to the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Bottom of the 8th, everybody. Runner at first here. 6-3 lead for the Red Sox if you're just joining. Moving on up, says Rhino. No big deal. I did check. You are there. So, yep. Can't forget about the Rhino. 2 outs here. Kent sets. Here's the pitch to Siegler. That's going to be low ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. They cannot challenge, though. The Nats are out of challenges. So we 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Kent looks in for his sign. He now comes set. Here comes the 1-0 to Siegler. Here's the pitch, and now Kent's going to go back over to first. They're going to say he's safe. Oh, did they say he's out? Is he out? Yes, he's out. Kent picked him off. Yes, Zach Kent got him on a pickoff move. Looked like Durbin slipped, and then he dove back into first. He kind of looked to first, dive back in, and then slipped trying to come back into first. Let's go. 1-3 on the pickoff, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. We'll head to the 9th, everybody. It's a 6-3 game. Nationals trying to get 3 on the board as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Let's go. We got to get some runs here. Let's go. So we got to do the top of the 9th, everybody. It'd be Cruz, Young, and Louie to hit for the Nationals in the top of the 9th. They need 3. They need it bad as we head to the top of the 9th inning, everybody. Back-picked. Caleb Durbin is back-picked. Wow. Interesting end of the inning as we head to the top of the 9th. Let's do it, everybody. Trying to get some runs on the board. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
We've only had 3 NATS chants for today's game, which I don't like. I don't like that we've only seen 3. So we head to the top of the 9th. I wonder if they'll pinch hit for Cruz, so they send Lyle up there. They'll probably send Lyle up for one of the hitters, unless they go to Chapman. But they probably, I bet they stay with Guerrero here. I bet they just stick with Guerrero as we head to the ninth. Looks like they're going to go. Is Guerrero really going to go back out there? Wow. So, bottom of the ninth. Hopefully we have. Hopefully we head to the bottom of the ninth. But it looks like Guerrero is going to stay out there for a second inning of work. Now Garrett Whitlock will come into the game here in the ninth inning. Garrett Whitlock will take over. A 2.70 ERA, 27 games this season with a 4-1 record. He's a righty, so might as well start sending up the lefty hitters here in the ninth. But Guerrero, in his one inning of work, got a couple strikeouts and a hit. But that was all. No runs, no walks. So Whitlock will take over here in the ninth inning, a righty out of the pen. So you better believe they're probably going to pinch hit for one of them at least, one of the hitters. DC Sports says, come on, Nats. Yeah, come on, let's do it, Nats. So we head to the top of the ninth, everybody. Garrett Whitlock, 27 games. He is 0 for 1 on saves so far, and this is a save opportunity, so maybe that affects the game a little bit. He comes set. Here comes the pitch to Dylan Cruz, and Cruz takes a... Ooh! That's a fastball up high, and it was no 1 count. Man, I was hoping they put in Chapman. Whitlock on the mound, though. I mean, Chapman's been blowing on. So coming set is Whitlock. Here comes the pitch, and Cruz swing and a miss of a slider, and it's an 0-2 count. In his last game, he worked, let's see here, he worked an inning, and he had a perfect streak with no hits, no walks, no strikeouts, 7 pitches, 5 strikes in that 1 inning he worked. He really just works an inning whenever he works. All his outings this season have been an inning or less, and then he had one that was 1 1/3. Here comes the 0-2, and Cruz fouls this one off on a slider, and we'll do 0-2 again here. Come on, Nats, get some runs on the board. Get them quick, get them fast, get them strong. So we 0-2 here with no outs in the top of the ninth. Cruz up to the plate here with no outs. Whitlock comes set. The 0-2 to Cruz. Swing and a miss at a high sinker, and Cruz is down swinging. That was not a strike, but Cruz swings at it, and that's out number 1. I bet we see Lyle pinch hit here for Jacob Young. I bet we see him. A powerful guy like Lyle, they're looking for him to get something done. So Cruz is down swinging on a high fastball. But here we go. Dalen Lyle will pinch hit here for Jacob Young in the ninth inning. Try to get something going. Now you got all lefties coming up for the next few hitters. You got Lyle, Louie, Nunez, Ruiz, Wood, Tenna. The next righty isn't for a while. They can get something going here. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls this one off, and it's no 1 count. Lyle will hit for Jacob Young here before Young was 0 for 3. Couple strikeouts and a ground out. Come on, Nats. Get something on the board here. 0-1 with 1 out in the top of the ninth inning. They're trying to get something on the board. Here's the pitch, and Lyle swings and pops this one up. Third baseman's under it. Now he takes a few steps into foul ground, and the third baseman, Duran, makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2. And now the Nationals are down to their last out. And their last out, hopefully, won't be Luis Garcia Jr. who's hitting now. Tomorrow, the Nats come back here tomorrow, everybody. We'll be back same time tomorrow. 7 p.m. is when we're going to start talking, but 6:55 is the stream start. Come back at that time for Washington Nationals baseball, game 2 of this series. Whitlock sets. Here's the pitch to Louie. Louie takes a sinker inside. Ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. We will be on the mic for that. And then on Wednesday, afternoon baseball getaway day for the Red Sox and the Nationals. And the Nats come home on Friday. 277 average for Louie. 16 home runs this year. The 1-0 to Louie. Louie swings and grounds this one through the hole in right field. So Louie keeps the game going, and that's another hit for Luis Garcia Jr., who continues to just put hits on the board. Luis Garcia Jr. continues to rake here on the road. He's having a spectacular few games. Nationals get another base runner here, so now the tying run is on deck here with Nasim Nunez coming to the plate here with 2 outs. Whoop, whoop, says Riding Rhino. Let's go, yep. So now they got a runner on there. So it looks like Jorbit Vivas will pinch hit here. Vivas is not new to being in clutch situations. Now Jorbit Vivas will hit here for Nasim Nunez. Send up a traditional lefty to the plate in Jorbit Vivas. It's the 3rd pinch hitter of the game and the 3rd lefty to pinch hit. Maybe they want a guy who's hitting 260 this season, has a few home runs, got some pop to him, but at the same time, he can do what he needs to do in a 6-3 game. Whitlock will face Vivas here with 2 outs. Jorbit Vivas will hit. 260 average, 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in with a 701 OPS for Vivas. So Whitlock looks in for his sign. He comes set. He will face Vivas here. Here's the pitch. Vivas' first pitch attacking fouls off, and it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the ninth inning. Vivas up to the plate. Ruiz is the man on deck. The 0-1 here with 2 outs. Coming to set is Whitlock. It'll be an 0-1 to Vivas. Now Vivas will take a timeout. So umpire signals the timeout. But it'll be 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Nationals desperately trying to get something on the board. Set is Whitlock. The 0-1 to Vivas. Vivas swings and fouls off another one. It's an 0-2 pitch. Now the Nats are down to their final strike. Be an 0-2 here with 2 outs. Red Sox fans coming to their feet. But Vivas is always a guy who can perform under pressure. He's shown that, especially during the Philadelphia series. It'll be an 0-2 here. Here's the pitch to Vivas. He's swinging a miss at a changeup, and that will end the game. The Red Sox get game 1 of this series. They continue their win streak to 5, and the Nationals cannot win game 1 of this series. So the Red Sox have the advantage to start the series. They win this one 6-3. The Nationals are down game 1 of this series. So that will end it, everyone. Final score, the Red Sox 6, the Nationals 3, and that's how this one ends. Man, I mean, late in the game, we saw a little bit different of a game. But final score is going to be Nationals 3, Red Sox 6. But later in the game, I'd say we saw a different game. And I like to say that because it was a different game in the end. And I like the way they played in the end. I mean, Meatball Michaelis through 3 innings was bad. 9 hits, 6 runs through 3 innings at the beginning. And that is why Carson Palmquist needs to open for him. Palmquist is an opener who can go 3 innings. I believe Palmquist should open up every time Meatball pitches. 4th to the 8th inning, Meatball retired all 12 guys he saw in those 4th to 7th inning. He got 12 batters faced, all 12 of them he retired. He got 3 of them on air, 9 of them on ground balls. So he found a rhythm there late in the game. So I think we need to use Carson Palmquist as an opener more, and that be his role on the team. He is an opener for Meatball, because Meatball did well in the 4th inning and on. And even at the end of the 3rd inning, he was doing pretty well after he gives up the single and the sac fly, or the double and the sac fly. It's just the double, the sac fly added a run. That was a lot of strategy from the Red Sox. If Palmquist were to work the first 3 innings in this game, let's just say first 2 2/3, this game would look totally different, because we got to look at this, that Michaelis works 7 innings, but if he works 4 instead, he's scoreless over those 4, and in the 8th, Kent still does well. And the Nationals got 3 runs on the board. Not the most this best offense in the league has gotten, but they showed signs of being a good offense. They just can't get the win. So that's how we ended, everybody. But I liked what I saw from Meatball later in the game. He still had a streak where he retired so many in a row. He still retired 15 in a row at one point. Or that's 14 in a row, 14 in a row retired still. 14 retired is still really good. If we were to use an opener in this game, I think it'd be different. I think if Palmquist is an opener, we win this game. Another situation where pitching is just such a big factor. So Big Bud here says, thanks, Deanne. You're welcome, Big Bud. Have a great rest of your night, man. I'll see you tomorrow. But thank you to everyone who tuned in today. I think the offense didn't really bring in as much. James Wood got it started with a bang with a leadoff home run, but from there, you just couldn't get much going. Abrams has that double. Once again, go vote Abrams. This is the last time I'm going to put it on screen. Go to MLB.com/vote. Those are the numbers he leads in. Once again, he's second in his stat, where the first placer isn't even an all-star. So one more reminder to go to MLB.com/vote. You can skip back to that if you need to see it. But there it is, everybody. The Nationals can't get the win. In the end, they do have a little fight. Louis, showing off again, has a base hit. Luis Garcia Jr. is just one bright spot of this team. James Wood with a bright spot at the beginning of the game. Hits a home run. CJ Abrams RBI double. Just some good things that happen in this game. Overall, nothing is great. The Nationals can't get the win. They lose this one 6-3. But I think the opener strategy, this game would be very different. Extremely different. So let's go ahead. Let's look at people we can redirect to here. Look for someone here. This looks like PAS is already done. How is Dr. DeLay's game going? I wonder if we just head over to Dr. DeLay. Checking here. Where is he in the game? We're going to head to the bottom of the 9th. That's going to be Dr. DeLay. So he's in the bottom of the 9th inning, but go wherever he goes. We're headed to Dr. DeLay. Head over there. Tell him District Nation sent you. I'll be over there in a minute. There's your redirect link. I will see you all soon. I will see you tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Same time, same place, right here on District Nation. Then Wednesday, it's a 1 o'clock game. But tomorrow, 6:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. Final score, the Red Sox 6. The Nationals 3. Be back here 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for first pitch tomorrow. I will see you all soon right here on District Nation.